by the glow of perfection and yet another coronation. But as we bask in that glow, we begin the first game of the New Year's 6. The number 6 is said to be a perfect number. It's equal to the numbers it can be divided by. The ATL is a perfect backdrop as we celebrate all that this bowl season has to offer. Last season, band fanfare seemed to be a thing of the past, but now, last season, fans were not able to be addicts, but now, last season there was little pomp due to uncontrollable circumstances, but now, welcome everyone to the Ram Trucks Kickoff. Here in the A, where the players play, it's Pitt against Michigan State. Pitt out of the ACC, Michigan State out of the Big Ten at 11-2 and 10-2 respectively, as they try to put a wonderful period on their respective seasons. You know, back in August, prognosticators tried to punk Pittsburgh with their predictions, saying that they were going to finish 4th. Well, Pat Narduzzi had other ideas. As we take a look back at their season, once, Robert, they put the ball in the hands of Kenny Pickett, good things started to happen.
Yes, they did. Many people picked them to not finish with 10 wins, but they did it. And the 2 losses that they had, they only lost by combined 7 points. And when you talk about yards, they were throwing it everywhere all across the field, and a big part of it was Kenny Pickett and Jordan Addison, who will be playing here today.
Meanwhile, for Michigan State, Mel Tucker, the orchestrator of one of the biggest turnarounds in all of college football this season. He resurrected that Michigan State program a year ago, winning just 2 games. This year, trying to become the 6th Spartan team to win 11 games in a season. What a year it was.
Oh, it was a beautiful year, and he used his experience in the NFL to use the transfer portal to flip his roster and win 10 games when many people only predicted them to win 4 or 5. And they also won that big game against Michigan, and Kenneth Walker III was a big part of that.
He got the ball early and often, averaging over 136 yards per game. As we take a look at the Ram Trucks player spotlight, hey, Kenny Pickett, simply put, rewrote the Pitt record book, surpassing Dan Marino, the Hall of Famer, in total touchdown passes. Meanwhile, Walker III, over 1,600 yards rushing. They, at this point, hand it off to their teammates and say, it's all yours. And from all of us to all of you at home, Mark Jones chopping it up with Robert Griffin, Quint Kesnick down to the field. All the best in 2022. Happy New Year. Robert, let's start with Michigan State. When you look at Peyton Thorne, their quarterback, he's so used to handing it off to Walker. What do you do now in that position when he's not there?
Yeah, for Peyton Thorne, he gets to show the world today that he's not just a guy, but he is the guy for Michigan State, because Kenneth Walker's not going to be there. And for Peyton Thorne, it all starts with pre-snap recognition and post-snap verification. Jaden Reed has a fade route here from the slot, and Thorne recognizes the one-on-one opportunity. Post-snap, he verifies that the one-on-one is still there, and he throws the appropriate ball, showing his ability to drop it in the bucket with the best of them. On this next look, we show his vision and his arm strength and his ability to hit a receiver in stride with a yak ball. Jaden Reed again at the bottom of the screen has an in-breaking route, and Thorne shows off a laser beam of a throw in between 2 defenders and hits his receiver in stride. That yak ball is very underappreciated, and Peyton Thorne has it in his bag.
When you talk about yak yards, we're looking at the Biletnikoff Award winner, Jordan Addison of Pitt. Keep an eye on number 3, 17 touchdowns this year, tops in FBS. I'm guessing, Robert, he's going to be targeted a lot regardless of who's throwing.
Oh, yeah, they're going to try to get him to break that Peach Bowl record today, and he's a quarterback's best friend. It's 4th and 4. You know who's getting the ball. Addison here pushing vertical on the corner. Oh, but wait, the quarterback is under pressure, and here is when Addison shows off his knack to get open. Oh, my Lord. And then once he tells the defender, you thought you had a chance? Ha! Yeah, right. You try covering that guy for 6 seconds, and he'll put 6 on your head, too. But when you talk about HBO, Jordan Addison has all the channels. Here it's 35, and Kenny Pickett recognizes that he has a one-on-one opportunity. He runs through the play-action fake, breaks the pocket, and he throws what should be an interception. But no. Jordan Addison comes in and turns what should be an interception into a 62-yard dagger of a touchdown. man, when you talk about HBO, sometimes as a wide receiver, you got to help a brother out. And Jordan Addison can do that in spades.
HBO. Got it. Pickett and Walker not here, but in their absence, that presents a tremendous yawning opportunity for somebody else to embrace the spotlight and indelibly emblazon their name on this year's Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl.
Kenneth Walker's going to go all the way. Wow.
Don't sleep on those legs. Oh, he faked the slide. Touchdown, Pitt.
That pass will be caught for a touchdown by Jordan Addison.
Banakanda, great move. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Thorne to the air, loads and Reed with a catch. And oh my goodness. For a touchdown by Jaden Reed.
Here we go. Thanks for watching the Ram Trucks Kickoff. Welcome back, everyone, to Atlanta for the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl and the 8th meeting all time between Michigan State and Pitt. And here they come onto the field, the Spartans out of the Big Ten, led by Mel Tucker, their head coach, in just his second year on the sidelines. Mel Tucker's team trying to stay undefeated against Pitt in school history. A moment ago, he caught up with our Quint Kesnick.
Coach, you love to say keep the main thing the main thing. What is the main thing right now?
The main thing right now is preparing for this game and continue to prepare for this game. Mentally, it's all about our team. It's all about our seniors. It's all about our fans. It's all about finding a way to get to 11. It's about finding a way to finish strong. That's the main thing.
Thank you, Coach.
And here come the Panthers, a roster emboldened by 23 seniors this year that helped enforce the culture. And Quint, a moment ago, caught up with Pat Narduzzi.
Coach, you said this matchup was personal for you. What do you mean by that?
Well, spent 8 years in East Lansing. Never played against them. Just played with them. We had a great family up there, but now you got a different family, and we wear this color. And it always becomes personal when you play someone different that you had a love for.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
A lot of cross-pollination in this football game on the sidelines. Both head coaches with ties to their present and former schools, and Pitt will receive the opening kickoff. So we're going to get an early look at Nick Patty and see what Mel Tucker's defense has dialed up. Robert, when we look at the quarterback play in this ball game, we're going to get a different look, especially from Pitt. But both secondaries at times have struggled to contain the pass.
Oh, that's putting it lightly, Mark.
I'm being nice.
You're being nice.
I'm closing out the new year.
Both of these passing defenses have been atrocious. They've been bad all year. But their fronts have been great, getting sacks, getting tackles for loss, putting pressure on the quarterback. So it's going to be big on them to play well today. But this is an amazing moment for Nick Patty, for Pitt. He sat behind Kenny Pickett for 4 years, and now he has an opportunity to not just show the world, but show his teammates who have so much belief in him and coaches who have so much belief in him that he can be that guy next year, even though Keaton Slovis is coming through the portal next year.
Hey, speaking of Pitt quarterbacks, Kenny Pickett, by the way, the school record holder in touchdown tosses, is present here, still very much embraced and loved by his teammates. No cap, no hard feelings.
Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful day for football, isn't it? Or should I say night?
Yeah, they popped the top on the dome here, and it's open. Banakanda back deep. He has a kickoff return for a touchdown against Virginia earlier this year. There's a look at the roof. And toe meets leather. We are underway in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Oh, it stopped at the 1, and they had to field it. Banakanda wasn't ready. He assumed it was going to go into the end zone with its momentum, Robert, but man, that thing stopped like a wedge shot at about the 2-yard line. Let's take another look.
Yeah, it almost looked like Tiger Woods, right? Dropping it down there. Abanikanda did the right thing, picks the ball up. That's a live ball. That's definitely not how Pitt wanted to start this ball game.
Nick Patty, 6'3" junior out of Hillsdale, New Jersey, getting just his second career start. It'll be 1st and 10 from Pitt's 2-yard line.
How about that? Nick Patty gets his first start in a couple years. 2-yard line. Go at it, my guy.
Yeah, look at that. He hasn't thrown more than 5 passes in a game. And this isn't Delaware that he's facing this time. Nowhere to go that time for Abanikanda as we take a look at tonight's Chick-Fil-A impact players for this one.
Oh, yeah, we got Jordan Addison, right? He's a Biletnikoff winner. This guy catches everything. They try to throw it to him on all 4 downs if they could. And you got Xavier Henderson. He's the leading tackler for them. He's got 10 tackles for loss as well. And he is the unquestioned leader of this Michigan State defense.
Both these teams coming off of wins in their respective last games. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Patty going to throw it out of his end zone. Gets rid of it. Incomplete at the 20-yard line for Lucas Kroll. Went through his hands. A catchable pass, Robert. What do you think?
Oh, beautiful pass. What I'll say is this. When in these bowl games, when they have all this time to prepare and prepare for this game, sometimes they get a little rusty when they step out there. They haven't been actually catching passes in live games for a few weeks now. So they're going to have to get some of these drops out of the way. I know when I was in college, we went to the bowl games. That's exactly what happened. That's probably what happened there for Lucas Kroll.
These teams both coming off of writing finals not that long ago. 3rd and 10 quickly. Patty with the play fake. Whips it downfield for Addison. Incomplete. And a 3-and-out for Pitt's offense. Michigan State's D will get off the field on this opening series of the football game. And the Spartans will come out of this with pretty good field position as Jaden Reed will go back and field this punt. He's going to plant his heels at the Pitt 45-yard line. Keep in mind that guy you see on your screen, Reed, has 3 career punt returns for touchdowns. Christodoulou punting from the shadows of his own goalposts, averaging 41 yards per punt, gets off a nice high spiral, and it's returnable at the 45. Reed trying to cut it back inside the 30 down to the 29. It'll be 1st and 10 for quarterback Peyton Thorne, the 6'2" sophomore out of Naperville, Illinois, after that 14-yard return. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. He's thrown 24 touchdown passes on the season against 9 interceptions. Robert, how do you characterize his skills at that position?
Oh, I like him. I think he's got a strong arm. He's got great pocket presence. I don't think anyone would confuse the reason that Michigan State won 10 games this year as being because of Peyton Thorne. It was mostly because of Kenneth Walker III. But this guy's no slot. He can play ball, and he has an opportunity tonight to show the world what he can do in the future moving forward.
Got his opportunity at the end of last season against Penn State. 1st down and 10 from the 29. Reed in motion. They hand it off on 1st down. That's going to be Jordan Simmons, and we can expect that it's going to be running back by committee without Kenneth Walker III today. They've got Simmons, Harold Joyner, and Elijah Collins in the backfield.
Yeah, offensive coordinator Jay Johnson said he's going to ride the hot hand. He thinks that might end up being Jordan Simmons, but if Harold Joyner or Elijah Collins steps up big and gets going, he's more than willing to continue to feed them the rock.
Gets it out and incomplete, intended for Jalen Naylor, and he looked over the wrong shoulder for the pass. It's going to be 3rd down and long coming up. Naylor back after missing the last 4 games with an injury. Big part of Mel Tucker's offense.
And you see Michigan State here rushing to the line to avoid that 3rd down package by Pitt.
Thorne got one-on-one coverage, and it's caught. Touchdown, Reed.
just a beautiful job by offensive coordinator Jay Johnson rushing to the line on 3rd down, because if anybody that has watched Pitt all year knows, when it gets to 3rd and long, they walk in these expansive blitz packages, and he didn't want them to have to deal with that. So right here, what do? They challenge A.J. Woods, who's filling in for Damari Mathis, who opted out of the game. Oh, it looks like he might have been down just before he got in the end zone. Still a great catch, though.
Yeah, great catch. We'll see if they review and all this one. Let's bring in John Perry. And John, tell us what's up. How do you see this call?
Well, you guys nailed it. There is control with the knee down. Will they have an angle to determine if he is short? I believe they do. I'd put it on the 1 yard line based on what we've seen so far.
Well, there was an official, John, right there at the goal line with a wonderful view of it. A very exacting view from the side there. His knee is down. You can't tell from that angle whether the ball had crossed the plane of the goal line or not. This might be a little bit better. The call on the field is a touchdown. John, what do you think?
Well, remember, they start with the officials ruling on the field as being correct. I think you can piece together where the shoe is of the defender with the relationship of the ball when the knee is down. I do like it short of the goal line, even though we don't have something right down it.
Here's another angle. Here's the call. There's your answer. It's a touchdown. There was not indisputable evidence to overturn the call on the field. And for Jaden Reed, that's his 9th touchdown catch of the season, his 12th at Michigan State. He is the Western Michigan transfer. And we alluded to it earlier that Coach Tucker has used that transfer portal very efficiently in leading his team to a 10-2 season. And man, they strike quickly on their opening series after that good punt return. And for Peyton Thorne, that's his 25th touchdown pass of the season. That ties the school record set by Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Peyton Thorne tying Kirk Cousins, who's beloved by Michigan State faithful. And it was just masterful football there by Jay Johnson. Like I was trying to allude to, they run these blitz packages all the time on 3rd down, and the only way to keep them from getting those guys on the field is to run hurry up on 3rd down. You see that a lot in the NFL. You see that a lot in the NFL, and right there, they worked it to perfection. They caught the defense off guard.
Right.
A.J. Woods is like, man, I'm out here one-on-one with Jaden Reed. I thought I was going to have some help.
So we should expect to see a little bit more of that as the game progresses, huh?
Yes, we should see some more of that because it worked effectively right there.
Right.
But I don't know if Pitt will be caught off guard by that moving forward. Randy Bates does a great job throughout the game.
How do you get your personnel on the field then?
You don't have to get your personnel on the field. You just got to play defense. He's got to get his call in.
Okay.
He's got to get his call in and allow his guys to play fast and not worry about getting those packages in.
It's going to get the football again. And they'll get it 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Michigan State's secondary going to be put to the test by Nick Patty today. Their pass defense, the Spartans defense, is dead last in FBS.
Oh, yeah, when you say dead last, we mean dead last. 130
Like
in
dead
passing,
last.
like dead last.
Yeah.
And when we talk to interim offensive coordinator Tim Salem, a.k.a. Turbo is what they call him, because everything he does is with a lot of energy, he told us one of the first things they could not do was go 3 and out.
Okay.
No 3 and outs the entire game. Boom, first drive, 3 and out. Their best players have to play good and to step up around Nick Patty. First possession, both of their best players have dropped passes. Can't continue that if they want to win.
They'll run it here. This is Benekanda. Pushed out of bounds around the 30-yard line. Folks, it all comes down to this. The college football playoff semifinals tomorrow on ESPN and the app. Number 1 Alabama taking on number 4 Cincinnati in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, 3:30 Eastern. Then number 2 Michigan, number 3 Georgia in the Capital One Orange Bowl. The winners will play for the national championship, presented by AT&T, Monday, January 10th on ESPN. Addison with a catch over the middle and out to the 43-yard line. Robert, what makes this guy so unique, and what makes him tick, Addison?
Yeah, Jordan Addison, he's 6 foot 175. He's very smart, so he can play inside, outside, motion him around. He knows multiple positions. and he's just a dynamic run after the catch guy.
Patty hands it off to Abanikanda out to the 48-yard line. We saw Abanikanda have a good game a few weeks ago in that ACC title game against Wake Forest. Sophomore, 5'11", out of Brooklyn, New York. Where Brooklyn at? Right there, and they're wearing number 2 today.
There you go. And Coach Narduzzi talked about Israel Abanikanda and just how he's healthy now. So they think they can actually use him even more in this game against a physical Michigan State team because his health is better than it was in the ACC championship game.
That's one of the great things about the time in between. Guys get healthier. Patty thought about passing, decides to run, and tiptoes out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a first down. And hey, Nick Patty can run a little bit. We may not see a fake slide today, but we'll see him run a little bit.
Exactly. There's Kenny Pickett, as you can see him saying, okay, all right, no fake slide, but he got out of bounds, got the first down. Nick Patty is moving and grooving right now. He looks like he's starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Picked up 8 on that last run. Lucas Kroll in motion. They come across the formation. Abanikanda into the boundary, and a nice run down to the 36-yard line. Lowry made the initial hit to help bring him down. Pickup of 7 on the play.
You know, offensive coordinator Tim Salem said that they wanted to have a very balanced attack. You know, people know Pitt for throwing the ball all over the field, but they want to work those running backs and kind of grind on this Michigan State defense.
And a new tailback in the ball game, Davis in there. Patty keeps it himself and stumbles at the 32-yard line. We saw a look at Kenny Pickett up in the booth helping out with the staff. What's he doing up there, Robert? That's not a dead headset. Tell me that's not a dead headset.
There's no way that's a dead headset. He's talking to his guy, Nick Patty, like they're both Jersey boys, best friends.
Right.
Both have that grittiness to them. And I think Kenny Pickett being up there and maybe being in his ear from time to time can help him settle down throughout the game.
Patty in the pocket over the middle, complete to Addison. Nice move at the 30 and makes it down to the 26-yard line. Hey, Patty opted out, but still very much engaged, as you can tell. What are his teammates thinking when you see him up in the booth, still with a pen and paper and pad and a headset?
Oh, yeah, Pickett didn't. This wasn't a decision of him, you know, walking out on his teammates. This is a business decision for him, but he's been there every step of the way to let his guys know that he's still there for them and that he's pulling for them to win this game.
Abanikanda getting checked out by the athletic training staff, and this is going to be Vincent Davis out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. His backup brought down by Simeon Barrow. But back to Pickett, you faced a situation too where you could have opted out, right? Back at Baylor?
Exactly. When I was at Baylor after we won the Heisman Trophy, had an opportunity to opt out of that bowl game. And I didn't. And the reason I didn't was because it meant something to our school. We hadn't won a bowl game in 18 years. And I wanted to be there and be a part of that with them.
You weren't afraid of fumbling the bag a little bit?
I was not afraid of fumbling the bag, but I completely understand why Pickett did it in this case.
Okay, they do a little wildcat here with Vincent Davis. And Davis picks up the first down. For more on Pickett, let's go downstairs to Quinn.
This is a delicate situation for Kenny Pickett. Okay, this is his team. He led them to the ACC championship, but once he opts out, he hands the team over to Nick Patty. So how much can he be involved? Can he be in the locker room? Well, he wasn't. Well, has he been in the hotel? No, he hasn't. He's here. He's upstairs. He's on the headphones to Nick. They're good friends. He wants to support his friend. He wants his team to win, but he's got to back off.
Interesting dynamic there, Q, as Vincent Davis picks up about 6 yards. Noah Harvey making the tackle on the play, a 6-yard gain. Going to be interesting to see how that Pitt offense, Robert, is impacted by the temporary absence, at least, of Israel Abanikanda.
Yeah, Abanikanda is a phenomenal running back. But let's not sleep on Vincent Davis and Rodney Hammond Jr. These guys are very capable as well.
Patty into the end zone, got a man. Juggled by Kroll, knocked away by Noah Harvey, incomplete. Boy, great coverage in space by the linebacker there, Rob.
Yes, it was great coverage in space by Noah Harvey. as you see Lucas Kroll go up, make the catch, and what does Harvey do? They tell you, attack the hands. Attack the hands when he's trying to come down. And there's Patty. I can tell you why he's reacting like that, because I turned on the tape and I watched their spring game, and he threw a touchdown to Lucas Kroll on the run, fading away just like that in the back corner of the end zone. And right there, they just couldn't come down with it in live action.
12th play of the Pitt drive. 3rd and 4. Patty going to try and do it himself. He does. Close. No signal. Touchdown!
Oh!
They gave it to him. Patty showing a burst of speed to score the touchdown.
Right now it stands as a touchdown, and Nick Patty's letting everybody know he can get out there and get freaky with it too.
Nick Patty had that turbo kick in right about there. Lunged. He hit the pylon with the football. Great effort.
Nick Patty said, oh man, they hitting for real out here, huh? But hey, when you get that touchdown, you don't feel that pain at all.
For Patty, it's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, the 4th of his career. And you can hear the chant from the Pitt faithful. They're saying Patty. 16-yard scamper. And we're an extra point away from this one being tied. And we're knotted at 7 apiece. We always say that absence presents opportunity. Well, Patty embracing that right now. Back after this. Atlanta, the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. That's quarterback Nick Patty heading into the Pitt locker room to be attended to by the athletic training staff. Here's what happened. We'll show it to you right after the kick. He was shaken up on that touchdown run of 16 yards to tie this game at 7 apiece. After showing great dominion over the Pitt offense on that last drive, their 2nd offensive possession of the football game. Here's what happened. Watch the end of this run, Robert. What do you make of it?
Yeah, he's going for the pylon, and right there you see when his shoulder hits the ground and his head hits the ground as well. Right there, it just looks like when he's getting up after this play, he wants to celebrate. He gets up and he's like, oh, that didn't feel good. And he grabs his left shoulder right there. And now he's gone back to the locker room and they're warming up. Davis Bevel, 6'6", 235. It's in his hands at this point until we find out what's going on with Nick Patty.
Hughes on that down in the field. Spartans try to run it. Nowhere to go for Jordan Simmons, the team's leading rusher, playing today in the absence of Kenneth Walker. Dayon Hayes making the tackle for Pittsburgh. Back at the 22-yard line, 2nd down and 13 to go.
And this is exactly where Pitt wants you to be. They love slicing and dicing on the defensive line, using their twitchiness to get you behind the chains.
Baldonado, the guy to watch up front. They're going to try and run it again. And not much better for Jordan Simmons. Got back to the line of scrimmage where A.J. Woods was there to meet him. So it's 3rd down and long for Michigan State. They got a touchdown on their opening drive from Jaden Reed after starting at the 29-yard line of Pitt after the punt.
Well, you can already see the ramifications of them coming out and running fast, because Pitt had to be ready in case they did it again and didn't quite get all the personnel changes they wanted.
Other guys on the field this time. Pass complete for the 1st down out to the 39, 40-yard line. Jalen Naylor had a hand injury the last few weeks, but showed good hands that time to pick up 17. And they're going fast on this one. Gonna hand it off to Harold Joyner.
Be a free play.
Yeah, they had somebody offside, Pitt did. That was Baldonado. Never got onside, never got lined up. Penalty against Pitt.
Before the snap, offside, number 87, defense.
Baldonado out of Rome, Italy.
Yeah.
6'5", 265-pound junior.
Maybe over there in Italy they can start on the other side of the ball, but not over here in America, buddy.
Catch him on the Amalfi Coast someday. Harold Joyner in the backfield. 1st and 5. Joyner options out of the backfield. Little receiver screen to the tight end. Carr running like a truck downfield to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. Great execution on this one, Rob.
Oh, yes, great execution. Just a tight end screen. And they get the ball to Malik Carr, and he's cruising down the 6th, right? Cruising down the street in his 6'4".
That pass a little bit high, intended for Jaden Reed. Leon Hayes there with good pressure right in the face of Peyton Thorne. So Michigan State going with a little bit of tempo here, Robert.
Yeah, when you have this amount of time to prepare for a team, you're going to show them some wrinkles. Right now, that's exactly what they're doing. They're not always going fast and getting to the line and running plays. Sometimes looking to the sideline, but they're keeping Pitt off balance. And right now, Pitt just hasn't been able to catch their breath and get their bearings for what they're facing.
Joyner takes the handoff, coming across the formation, and makes it down to the 25-yard line. We saw Mel Tucker on the sidelines a moment ago. He, too, has connections to Michigan State. He was a GA, a grad assistant there at one point. Both of them with connects to D'Antonio, the former coach for the Spartans. Thorne going to take out his do-it-yourself kit and runs it all the way down to the 11-yard line. Another 1st down. They're going to spot it back at the 13. Michigan State with another 1st down, under 6 minutes to go in this 1st quarter, a 12-yard gain.
Yeah, if you don't know, now you know. Peyton Thorne is a big, strong, physical quarterback who's got great arm strength, pocket presence, and when he breaks the pocket and decides to run, that number 10 on him looks really good. Not going to lie, he was flying.
Thorne from a football family. His dad coached him in high school and in youth football. His grandpa played at Wisconsin. Pass is complete here inside the 10 to the 8-yard line to Trey Mosley, wrapped up by Hallett.
Yeah, just an easy out route concept. They got Trey Mosley matched up with the safety Eric Hallett, who's the ACC championship game MVP. So he's a baller. But Trey Mosley, Mr. Consistent, 30 catches, 472 yards, and 3 touchdowns this year. He is a security blanket for Peyton Thorne.
Haven't seen a ton of pressure from that Pitt front on Thorne yet, Robert.
Nah, they've done a good job of mixing up the concepts, running pass, and getting the ball out quick so that they can't get to the quarterback.
Gonna pass it on the fade into the end zone. Touchdown, but there's a flag down as well. Malik Carr made the catch, but by the reaction, not sure that this is going to stand.
Malik Carr looked like a basketball player there.
Sure did, all 6'5" of them.
Just so happens that he's one of those guys that is looking to play both football and basketball at Michigan State.
Before the snap, false start offense, number 64. 5 2nd down.
That's against Matt Allen, center.
Yeah, Matt Allen, the center right here in the middle. Oh, those toes went up. You saw those toes? I don't know if you've seen them.
I didn't.
But the toes went up like this.
Wow, that counts?
That counts. Listen, he was leaning on his heels, man. You can't be doing that.
$5,000 worth of LASIK surgery, and I didn't see that. John Perry telling us a moment ago in our ears that he double clutched the football as well.
A little premature snapulation there, huh?
There you go. From the 13-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Single back set, that's Joyner. Little counter and draw, chopped down at about the 13 and dove and made it close to the 10 by A.J. Woods. Man, so 3rd down coming up on that 2-yard gain.
Yeah, you said he got chopped down. I'm just looking at this, man. Harold Joyner is a big back, 6'4", 215. He looks like he should be playing wide out or tight end. If he puts some more weight on, no, this guy could be a force. But if you get a guy that big running at you as a defender, they always tell you, chop him down.
Okay.
Don't try to hit him up top. He's big for a reason, man.
Under 4 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. An impressive drive here by the Spartans. Pitt's going to take one of its 3 timeouts. Narduzzi going to talk it over with his staff. We'll be right back on the other side of this. Take a look at some of the prevailing storylines here early in this football game. The opening kickoff put Pitt in poor field position on their own 2-yard line after a 3-and-out. Peyton Thorne just dropped a dime in to Jaden Reed for the game's first touchdown, and a little Michael Jackson thriller there. A little throwback dance, and then after that, Nick Patty lunging for the end zone, scoring the touchdown, but in the process was shaking up that left shoulder area, forced him to go into the Pitt locker room and be attended to by the athletic training staff. Still no word on what happens on the other side of that. There's a look at those two quarterbacks and how they've performed so far. Kenny Pickett not playing today, opting out to pursue his NFL dream. 10th play of the drive here for the Spartans.
Yeah, thus far both quarterbacks have played, you know, really lights out.
Yep.
Really led their teams, and now Peyton Thorne's trying to get his team in for 6 again.
And get a first down without scoring a touchdown. 3rd and 8. They're going to hand it off to Joyner, trying to turn the corner. There's a flag down back at about the 15-yard line. As Joyner is pushed out of bounds at the 7.
That's going to be a holding call for sure. Spencer Brown ragdoll one of the Pitt defenders there, John Morgan. That was not pretty.
They're going to have to push this back a few more yards and get another opportunity on 3rd down. Here's the call.
Holding, offense number 58, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So now the ball all the way back at about the 21.
Yeah, Spencer Brown right here, number 58. He's going to get the hook, and right there he's good. The play's over. But no, he decides to turn into a WWE move and put the rock bottom on him. And hey, when you do too much, the refs usually catch it. He should have just let him go at that point.
3rd and 18. Got to get down to about the 3-yard line for the first down. Joyner again in space. Nice straight arm, then got rocked. He took some smoke from Cam Bright.
Woo, Cam Bright just turned out the lights on that man.
Big time hit by Bright out of Montgomery, Alabama. Let's listen to it.
Oh!
That'll rattle your feelings a little bit.
Oh yeah, I felt that up here.
So in comes the field goal unit. Matt Coughlin in. He's 11 of 17 on the season with a long of 51. This one's going to come from 36. And Coughlin shoots it right through. Knocks it right through from 36. And the Spartans take a 3-point lead, 10-7. Those penalties backed them up a little bit. Big hit by Bright. Helped the defense hold and keep him out of the end zone.
That was just superb football by both teams.
What'd you like about it?
Defensively for Pitt, right? You rallied, you tackled, you let them know you're not going to make it easy for them. But for Michigan State there, Peyton Thorne, listen, it's 3rd and forever. There's no place for that. Take the completion, run the play, don't force anything, and secure points for your offense. Both teams played that well. We have some high-level football going on right now. I hope everybody at home is having some fun.
We'll wait and see if it's going to be Bevel or Patty coming out at quarterback for Pitt.
If it's Bevel, you'll be able to tell. 6'6". Pretty tall guy.
There he is looming on the sidelines. Welcome to Atlanta. This is Abanikanda of Pitt on the kickoff return. Moments after Michigan State kicked a field goal to take a 10-7 lead. And this the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. Pittsburgh with the lead. They scored on their opening possession. Michigan State took Took a 7-0 lead. Then Pitt came back and equalized at 7 apiece behind Nick Patty at quarterback. Kenny Pickett not playing in this football game. Here's the call.
There is no foul for blocking in the back during the return. First down, Pittsburgh.
Here's a look at the storyline up to this point. On the opening kickoff, Pittsburgh and Abanikanda, they're misjudging the roll. It caromed out of, did not go in the end zone. They started from their own 2-yard line. They've set up good field position for the Spartans on their opening drive. The touchdown pass there going to Reed, and then here's the pivotal play so far. Nick Patty, 16 yards into the end zone, scored the touchdown, but came up holding that left shoulder area. Now we get a look at Davis Bevel in at quarterback, taking over for the first time in this football game.
False start. Offense, number 86. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Nick Patty emerging from the locker room with a sling over his left shoulder. Looks like his evening is done prematurely. He played, what, 2 series? The backup, longtime backup to Kenny Pickett, who's upstairs. And now things look like they're in the hands of Davis Bevel. Tall, Greenville, South Carolina, a 4-star, but Tim Salem, their offensive coordinator, telling us, honestly with us, he said the play sheet shrinks dramatically with this inexperienced quarterback.
Abanikanda going to lose about 2.5 yards on that play. Bevel is actually not QB1. Robert Griffin not QB2. He is QB3. They have a new offensive coordinator because Coach Whipple is in Nebraska now. A lot of different moving parts. How does Pitt offensively overcome some of those obstacles here?
Well, everybody around is going to have to step up and play, play their tails off in this situation.
That's Stovall on the reception, short of the first down.
And I know that sounds like common sense, but when you look at these guys, right? Kenny Pickett, this guy threw 42 touchdown passes, broke Dan Marino's record. Nick Patty right there on the sideline with the sling in his arm has been playing his tail off at the beginning of this game.
Wow.
Really maximizing his opportunity, but this represents their motto of we, not me. They are all in this together, and they're all going to be there for Davis Bevel, and his team needs to as well. Blockers, catchers, running backs, they all need to step up and raise their level.
He checks it down to number 22, Vincent Davis, his tailback, who's a little bit short of that first down. Picked up 8. Let's see if they punt or not. Looks like they're gonna keep the offense on the field here. They're gonna go for it on 4th and about a long 1 to go here. Wow, this showing a lot of confidence in Davis Bevel on his first few touches of this football game. They're 65% on 4th down conversions.
And even more confidence in their offensive line to get the job done.
He's going to keep it himself. Boy, I'm not sure he got enough surge on that. They're going to give him an auspicious spot, and it looks like he's going to get the first down. And at 6'6", Robert, let me do some math here.
There you go.
That's hey, listen, I was a C+ math student, but that's all he has to do is fall forward.
Fall forward, man. You're going to get the first down.
38 seconds to go in the opening quarter. So Davis Bevel passes his first test on his first series. And that's going to be incomplete, intended for Vincent Davis. Let's take a look at tonight's Chick-Fil-A impact players of the game.
Yes, and we talk about the impact players, and you can't talk about anybody but Jordan Addison, the Biletnikoff winner. The guy's got a gazillion catches and 1,000,000 yards. He's hard to cover, and Michigan State cannot let him beat them. And then Xavier Henderson on Michigan State's side, he's the unquestioned leader of that defense. He's their leading tackler, has 10 tackles for loss as well. He has to step up and play big and help that passing defense secure Jordan Addison.
Bevel on the screen to Vincent Davis. Picked up about a yard on the play. 3rd down coming up as we wind down on this opening quarter. 20 seconds to go. Third down and 9 from the 43. Well, the football gods can be cruel. Nick Patty waited a couple of years for his opportunity, but he's in a sling. Kenny Pickett opted out for his NFL dream. And it's in the hands of Davis Bevell right now in the middle of your screen.
It's we, not me. And it's not one, not two, but QB3.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl here in Atlanta. And Pittsburgh with the football from their own 43-yard line. Davis Bevell in at quarterback. Not Kenny Pickett, not quarterback number 2, Nick Patty, but Davis Bevell after Patty was injured earlier. On the blitz off the corner, they get to him back at the 30-yard line. Well, Kenny Pickett not playing really underscores the reason when you see a quarterback run and get hit, crash to the turf, and get injured, that could literally translate, if you're Kenny Pickett, into millions of dollars.
Without a doubt, this is the exact reason Kenny Pickett didn't play. It's not that he was not being there for his team. It's not that he didn't want to play in this game and be there for the fans. It was a business decision. His coach understood it. His teammates understood it. And now you see Nick Patty in a sling, and you have to understand exactly why Kenny Pickett is up there.
Great point. Chris Dedulu with the punt. Back at the 23-yard line, this is Jaden Reed, who has 3 career punt returns for touchdowns, still on his feet, and pursued, pushed out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. A 43-yard punt, 8 on the return. A Heisman Trophy finalist watching with a pair of headsets on, protecting that bag. Good move.
In Atlanta, where the plot of this game has flipped suddenly and quickly. Michigan State emboldened by their great fan support here. Their sideline is bouncing. They can smell blood in the water like sharks. Meanwhile, this Pitt roster, a spirited bunch. This is the most down, somber, solemn, and without energy I've seen them all season long. They've got to come up with some answers. A series of misfortunes right now have them really kind of solemn.
Wow, interesting observation of their bench from the sidelines there, Quint. Great job. Elijah Collins running the ball, stopped by Brandon George.
Well, that Pitt defense is still doing what it does, and that's stop the run. They're not going to be bullied by Michigan State, but it'd be big on Michigan State here to go get points when, as our guy Quint said, Pitt is reeling a little bit on offense.
2nd down and 9 for Peyton Thorne. Gonna hand it off again to Collins. Collins got about 4 on the play. Let's take a look at RG's 3's keys.
Yeah, next man up. Right, a few key players opted out, and obviously we just saw a couple key players go down.
Takes on different meaning now.
It does. So guys have to step up, and how they play will be crucial. The hybrid. Connor Hayward is a do-it-all type of guy, multiple weapon for Michigan State on offense. I think he's going to play a big part in today's game. And then for Michigan State, you got to stop the Blitnikoff winner, Jordan Addison. Do not allow him to beat you.
3rd and 5 for the Spartans. Underneath, complete. Some important yak, some yards after the catch by Keon Coleman. Picks up the 1st down. Big, tall receiver at 6'4". Out of Louisiana, picks up 9 on the play. He had a bunch of Power 5 conference basketball scholarship offers.
Oh, yeah.
Originally committed to Kansas, then decided to put on a helmet and some shoulder pads and play at Michigan State. Don't think that Tom Izzo doesn't know.
Oh, they got a symbiotic relationship between the football and basketball team.
A play fake, little pressure off the edge, downfield on the post. What a catch by Naylor! Reaching behind. 1st and goal for Michigan State. He contorted his body, Robert, and made a fantastic grab.
We told you Peyton Thorne had an opportunity to show everybody that he was the guy. And if you're Jalen Naylor, it's good to have him back.
Fade into the end zone, a little bit of contact, no flag, as Jaden Reed was working against A.J. Woods. It'll be 2nd and goal. They got up to the line in scrimmage quickly. Tried to catch him napping again. And Naylor now limping off to the sidelines. He just returned to action after missing 4 games with a hand injury. Wow. Boy, the football gods can be cruel at times. Just look at his numbers on the season. 2nd and goal coming up. Foster is going to be split to the bottom of your screen. Joyner in the backfield. They go trips left. And we got a flag thrown. A big 50-yard catch set up the 1st and goal.
False offense. Penalty.
Well, these two teams have not fared very well in the penalty department. Good to see Naylor back on the field. With that big 50-yard catch, a.k.a. Speedy. Outside receiver to the top of your screen. Thorne going to keep it and brought down behind the line of scrimmage on the run by Deion Hayes.
Yeah, just a
guy studied film on that one.
It's
Robert.
a classic quarterback zone read look, and Deion Hayes, he plays both. And not everybody can do that. But right here, that's Deion Hayes. He just stays flat-footed, and he's going to run the quarterback back. And yes, Payton Thorne is an athletic guy and can run. But anytime you have a defensive end like Deion Hayes who can play both and actually show the athleticism to go after the quarterback, you got to let that one go. Got to let the running back do his job. That's what he gets paid for, or in college, I guess, you know, scholarship. Maybe get some NIL.
That's the way it works.
You know what I mean?
3rd and goal back at the 15, into the end zone, high, incomplete. And the Pitt defense was applying good pressure up front. Cansey put some wood on Thorne. Woods, meanwhile, in the secondary, tipped it away, and in comes the field goal unit led by Matt Coughlin. And attempt his 2nd one of the afternoon. Made one earlier from 36.
Yeah, and A.J. Woods right there had an opportunity to right his wrong from earlier in the game, right? Jaden Reed caught the fade over him on the sudden change 3rd down. And I guess that right there, dropping that interception, kind of shows you why he plays defense.
Yeah. You say that a little bit. You make your point. Oh, we missed it. Coughlin missed it from 33 yards out. So what looked like a very promising drive just a few short moments ago. They had 1st and goal from inside the 5. It still remains a 10-7 game.
Oh,
opportunities,
man.
Robert.
What could have been? They had a great pass play down the field with Jalen Naylor that I can't wait to show you, but that missed field goal spoils the drive.
Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl from Atlanta. And Pittsburgh with the football trailing 10-7. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Rodney Hammond in the backfield, making his first appearance and his first touch here. And Hammond keeping those legs moving out to the 22-yard line. Pitt trying to become a 12-win team for just the 2nd time in school history. Robert, the last time they won 12 games, 1976, they won a national championship. A guy named Dorsett. Remember him?
Oh, yeah. Tony Dorsett, I remember him. And I wasn't alive at that time.
He good.
So I had to go watch it on YouTube.
He's in that club you're in, I think, right?
Oh, I'm in his club.
Rodney Hammond on the carry. Oh, you're in his club.
I'm in his club because he came before.
Yeah.
So you got to pay homage to the people who came before you and paved the way, like yourself, my guy.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you. And he let you behind that red velvet rope. It was well deserved, though. You know.
Appreciate that. But if you're talking about Pitt here, what do they have to do? Right? They got to do what they came into the game thinking they would. Be balanced on offense, throw it short, and let the guys run it far. They need to get 8 runs of 8 or more yards, like Turbo Tim Salem told us, to take some pressure off the Davis Devil.
Blitzing off the edge. Bevel got rid of it. And out of bounds. He felt that heat, ended up on his backside there. Brandon Wright with pressure. knocked him to the turf, and it's a quick 3 and out, and it makes you wonder at this point, Robert, can you even get the ball to some of your playmakers like Jordan Addison at this point?
Yeah, I think you can. I think there's always an opportunity to get the ball to a guy who has 93 catches and 1,400 yards and 17 touchdowns. Okay, there's always an opportunity.
And the Biletnikoff Trophy.
And the Biletnikoff Trophy, right? But right now, Davis Bevell, he is feeling the pressure. So if you're offensive coordinator Tim Salem, you got to give him something that he feels comfortable with, because right there he had a wide open Jared Wayne, and he threw the ball away instead of holding it on for just a teensy wince longer to hit him in stride on the sideline.
Boy, Krista Dulu airmails one all the way down to the 22-yard line. Reed with the fair catch. 52 yards on the punt, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Elijah Collins in the backfield, 1st and 10 for the Spartans from their own 22-yard line, looking for their 11th win of the season. Collins broke 1 tackle and falls forward for a gain of about 2 on the play. And speaking with Mel Tucker earlier this week, it was interesting to hear some of the conversations he had with some of the more the luminous numbers of alumni that they have, i.e. Magic Johnson, who was going to do his best to try and make it to this game, and spoke with Draymond Green, world champion with the Golden State Warriors as well. Draymond told me that Michigan State's a football school a little bit now.
Did he?
Yeah, just a little.
Have you seen the tape?
That pass complete to the edge.
I will say this
Great
about
route run by Mosley for the first down.
I will say this about Draymond, though. It takes a
Yeah.
lot of courage to step off the basketball court onto the football field. So tip of the hat to Draymond
Yes.
for that. But there's a lot of talented players that have come through Michigan State and played both football and basketball.
You know, when Michigan State beat Michigan this year, Draymond made his Michigan teammate Jordan Poole wear Michigan State colors for the entire week.
Good old-fashioned hazing there.
1st down and 10, and of course there's a great bit of synergy between the two athletic programs. That pass incomplete. They tried to set up the screen. Tom Izzo, Mel Tucker was joking with us, saying that Izzo was a little bit perturbed and upset at him for not letting him interview for the defensive coordinator job.
He didn't just want to interview, he wanted to be hired. And what did Mel Tucker say? He said, well, you know what, I want to be a basketball coach, so maybe we can work something out here, coach.
Boy, he's done a great job on the sidelines in year 2. Last year they went 2-5 in that COVID-shortened season, just 2 wins. And then you and Quinn have talked about how he really used that transfer portal for all it was worth and really flipped the script this season. Got a bunch of wins and had his quarterback Thorne doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Runs for the 1st down. They move the chains.
Nice run right there by Peyton Thorne. But we talk about Mel Tucker and how he started, right? 1997 as a GA at Michigan State, $400 a month, taking out loans. Taking out loans to make ends meet.
Driving a hoopty.
And now today, 2021, signs one of the biggest contracts ever for a football coach, let alone an African-American football coach at $95 million. People out there, it doesn't matter where you start. It matters where you end up and the work that you put in to get there.
He's done a great job. Former head coach at Colorado, former GA when he first started out at Michigan State, $400 a month. That's when you reach in your leg, in your pocket, and all you feel is your leg. There's no cash in there.
There's no cash, just lint. Just a lot of lint there at the bottom.
Yep. 2nd down and 7.
Oh.
They tried the little flea flicker, and Jordan Simmons and Peyton Thorne weren't on the same page there. And they implode on that play. They're going to lose 5.
Moving on the field is a fumble recovered by the offense.
They tried to dial up a little trickery there with Jay Johnson, the offensive coordinator.
I like the trick plays. I don't know how you feel about them, Mark, but at this point in the game, when you've got Pitt on their heels because of some of the things that have happened, maybe it's not the time to get cute. Continue to run the offense that you have been with the no huddle. Push the ball down the field, run it effectively to get yourself a more comfortable lead than just 3 points.
Joyner in the backfield. Thorne incomplete behind his intended receiver at the 40. Foster. And they'll have to punt. You know, sometimes you give a team a little life when you should be kind of wiping them out a little bit. Down to QB3.
Yeah, they're down.
I mean, it's still early, but
they're down to QB3, but can't say enough good things about Pitt's defense. They are keeping them in it right now while they try to figure out what they can and can't do on offense with Davis Bevel.
Behringer with the punt. Fair catch called back at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 coming back the other way when we come back to Atlanta. Look with our Crypto.com playbook.
Oh, yeah, and we're going to look at the play that they hit a few drives ago with Payton Thorne to Jalen Naylor. They got a post route, and what does he do when he comes off the fake? He makes sure he sees that the safety is gone and comes back to make the throw to Jalen Naylor. Now, if you're Jalen Naylor, why use 2 hands when you can only use 1? Great play. The only bad part about this is they left points on the board because they had a false start, they had a negative run, and they didn't, and then they missed the field goal there. Yeah. When you hit a big explosive play like that, you have to cash in with 6 points or at least 3 if the drive stalls out. But still a great play, great identification by Payton Thorne, great run and catch by Jalen Naylor. And he did come up limping a little bit after that one. And I had a coach once tell me, hey, you ever seen a cheetah pull a hamstring in the wild? No, you haven't. Why? Because they need to eat. If he pulls a hamstring, he's going to die. So Jalen Naylor, I'm glad he's okay and back out there and running at full speed.
Never seen a cheetah on scholarship either. 2nd and 11. Bevel out of the end zone, going to try and run. And he's going to end up about 2 yards shy of the first down. Groves making the tackle. A 9-yard gain, and boy, you hate to imagine it or even say it out loud, but I'll say the quiet part out loud. What happens if Bevel gets shaken up here?
Yeah,
Who is quarterback number 4 here?
You definitely don't want him to get shaken up. He looked a little uncomfortable running right there, too, not going to lie. But Jordan Addison was a quarterback in high school. Maybe he gets out there and does it.
They're bringing some pressure off the edge. They beat it with the screen. Addison couldn't squeeze it. He's their number 1 weapon. Their prolific Biletnikoff winner. Instead, they come off the field on 4th and 2. And the Spartans going to get good field position after this punt.
Oh, yeah, no if, and, or but about it. Right here, Jordan Addison has to make this catch. Hits him right in the numbers. You know, when Davis Bevel first came in the game, they had a false start on offense. Right, new quarterback, new cadence. Right here, he's getting the catch from a 6'6" guy. Maybe it spins a little differently. I don't know. But I know for him being the Biletnikoff winner, he knows right there that he has to make that catch for his team to stay on the field.
Christodoulou, the Australian punter from Melbourne, bounces it about the 45. It's going to take a pit roll down to the 42. 5:20 to go in the first half after that 40-yard punt and a little post-Christmas jostling. Some Merry Christmas wishes, or not.
The Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl is brought to you by Mercedes EQ and the all-new all-electric EQS. This is for you, world. And Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Visit Progressive.com.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they popped the top on the roof today. There's a little time-lapse video for you. It doesn't happen this quickly, folks. Takes a couple of hours. But this was earlier today when they decided that we'd be safe weather-wise. There was no inclement weather expected, and the roof is still open. But the roof is not on fire. Not yet. Neither of these teams lighting it up offensively, Robert, after that very quick start. 5:20 to go in the first half. Handoff into the boundary. This is going to be Simmons. Keeps those legs moving out near midfield. 7-yard gain. Phil Campbell making the stop on the play. Campbell right there. 5:04 to go in the first half.
Michigan State's got to get back into a groove, right? They wanted to grind this game out, run the ball, do the play action passes, and when they've done that, they've had success, but can't get too cute.
They're going to run it, and great resistance by Phil Campbell in the middle, the 6-year senior. Had that big sack against Syracuse earlier this year. Well, New Year's Day, look at this lineup of bowl games we have for you on ESPN and the app. Number 9, Oklahoma State. Number 5, Notre Dame, and the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl at 1. And then we'll have number 11 Utah.
False start, offense, number 58, 5-yard.
Utah number 11 taking on Ohio State number 6 in the Rose Bowl game presented by Capital One Venture X. We're going to cap off the day with number 7 Baylor. Who that is, Robert? And number 8 Mississippi in the All-State Sugar Bowl.
That's the Big 12 champs right there. That's what that is.
3rd down and 7. Boy, this Pittsburgh defense doing a nice job, but they couldn't get the stop there. What a catch. Going up high, it was Trey Mosley. And a wonderful delivery against a good safety, Hallett. A 15-yard gain and a 1st down.
Yes, Peyton Thorne does a nice job giving the ball to Trey Mosley in a position where only he can make the catch. So much so that Eric Hallett was actually early there on that play, but he couldn't get to the ball because of the ball placement by Peyton Thorne.
Foster in motion. They run it. Jordan Simmons picks up about 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Stay tuned. The Mercedes EQ halftime report is coming, folks. A thriller in Music City. Cincinnati in their blueprint for victory against Alabama and Dog Days. We've been big trumpeters of Cincinnati. We have a player shaking up down on the field there. That's Devin Danielson. We'll get a report on the other side in just a moment. From Atlanta, and I'll tell you what, Robert, you get me a spicy chicken sandwich, waffle fries, if our producer can really produce, we'd be drinking some cookies and cream shakes or peppermint shakes up here at halftime.
You heard the man. We got to make that happen. The people want it. We got to give the people what the people want.
Yeah. Well, Kim Belton and Anthony DeMarco have been getting it done for us all year long. Ton of talented people behind the camera you never get a chance to see. 2nd down and 8 for the Spartans. Little run pressure coming. Boy, Simmons bounced back and ended up gaining about 3 or 4 yards. Cam Bright made the tackle. That Pittsburgh defense really holding the fort right now, Robert.
Yeah, they are. They're holding the fort. They're keeping their offense in this game. I know you've heard us talk, and you would think that Pitt was down by 2-3 scores, but they're only down by a field goal.
Yeah.
And it's really in large part because this defense has bolted together and shut down Michigan State and everything that they're trying to do down the field.
Only 40 rushing yards so far in the game for Michigan State on the ground. Simmons trying to add to it here. Picks up about 6 and gets the 1st down.
Yeah, when you talk about Jordan Simmons, right, it's good to see him getting his shine right now. He was their leading rusher last year, right, in the COVID season, before they brought in Kenneth Walker for this year.
Right.
And people look at him as like a 4 or 5 yard, cloud of dust type of runner, and he's trying to show them that he can turn these 2 and 3, 4 yard runs into 8 and 9 yard gains. And he's been consistent for them, and he's waited his turn. This is his opportunity now.
Down the field, Payton picked off. Thorne got picked by Brandon Hill. This is a very opportunistic secondary for Pittsburgh this year. They've got 4 pick sixes. That one they didn't take back, but they got another stop. That's Hill's 2nd interception of the season, thwarting that drive.
Oh, wow. They had Malik Carr one-on-one with Kamara, the linebacker. Brandon Hill recognized it, jumped in front of it and said, "Oh, no, you don't. Let's go, baby."
And the subsequent slam dunk on the sidelines. I give him a 9.3, Robert.
Look at him jumping from the free throw line like Jordan getting up there.
Education and elevation right there. From the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. Bevel on the draw. Davis. And Davis thrown forward for the 1st down. Well, you know what? It's funny because Quint reported a moment ago that they were very despondent on the sidelines. Not anymore, Quint.
That's the spark they needed. This is a team that bent the rim in the ACC championship game against Wake Forest because there were so many turnovers. And now you're seeing a little rhythm, a little spark, a little mojo. I like what I'm seeing right now. This team is starting to wake up after some really, really serious misfortune.
Yeah, and if you're Davis Bevel, right?
Nice.
Throw the ball to Jordan Addison.
That was it right there.
He just threw it to him on the outright. Nice timing. You have to show everybody that they can believe in you. You have to do something to make them believe in you.
Looking to earn that trust here. Picked up 10. Addison flushed out of the pocket. Surveying downfield. Fires a strike to Addison. Still on his feet. Got that yak. One guy to beat. All the way down to the 13-yard line. That's why he's got the Biletnikoff trophy in his showcase. Henderson finally with the tackle.
We just called it. Everybody at home is calling it. Davis Bevel, throw the ball to Jordan Addison. Right here, he gets out the pocket and he finds it. And what's he do? Makes that man do the cha-cha. And he gets down the sideline just running and running and running. This is a game-changing type of player. He's a Biletnikoff winner. Get him the ball as many times as you can, and I promise you the result will be exactly what you're looking for.
See what it does for the confidence of Davis Bevel. A career-long pass of 52 yards. Stovall in motion. Little toss to the wide side of the field. This is Davis. Cuts it north-south. Still on his feet. Davis sets up a 1st and goal just outside the 1-yard line.
It looks like Uncle Mo might be on their side now.
12-yard gain, 1st and goal. 1:18 to go in the first half. No snap for Bevel, and they're going to lose a couple of yards. Vincent Davis brought down in the backfield. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Anashuk making the tackle on the play. A 2-yard loss. 2nd and goal when we come back to Atlanta. January 10th on ESPN, we'll have the College Football Playoff National Championship game presented by AT&T at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. The winner of the Alabama-Cincinnati and Michigan-Georgia games will battle for the title. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, also streaming live on the ESPN app, so you can watch it anywhere. 2nd and goal here from just outside the 4. They go empty. 5 receivers. Bevel into the end zone. Touchdown! They take the lead. Jared Wayne.
What an amazing job by Turbo Tim Salem, the offensive coordinator. When you've got a young quarterback, spread it out. Give him an empty set. Allow him to see the defense and pick apart the defense just like that. Oh, man, I can't wait to break that one down. Right after the kickoff. That's going to be a blast.
Davis Bevel has taken over at quarterback. And the previous play under review. In a quizzical, puzzled look on the face of Pat Narduzzi. They'll celebrate until we get the verdict. And John, what do you think of this review?
I like it as it stands. Clear control, a couple feet down, going to the ground, and the one hand does come off, but the ball does not move enough. I like it as it stands for 6 points.
All right, John, thank you. Our rules analyst today. And boy, who would have thought that Pittsburgh, down to their 3rd-string quarterback after Nick Patty was injured on the 2nd series, that extra point just inside the upright, would have a 14-10 lead with 1:02 to go on Davis Bevel's 1st career touchdown pass.
And now we can get a chance to look at this touchdown catch from the eyes of the participant right here. Davis Bevel fits it in right there to Jared Wayne. And Jared Wayne's saying, hey, man, you know you're in good hands when you go to Jared, right?
Right.
And look, Narduzzi's like, I can't believe it. He's excited, hands up in the air. The booth knows that's big time.
Look at Kenny Pickett back there.
Confidence. Kenny Pickett says, all right, I don't got to come down at halftime and help my team win. Davis Beville's going to get it done.
Boy, that's the thing you love. We said at the top of the show that the absence of Kenny Pickett and Kenneth Walker III presented opportunity for somebody else. Looks like Beville trying to seize that opportunity on the kick return. They take it out to the 16-yard line. Naylor got nailed. There's a look at Patty with the shoulder, the sling that he's wearing right now. Suffered that injury while scoring a touchdown.
And we said it in the keys earlier, next man up. You just never know who that next man is going to be. And at this bowl game, their motto is live, laugh, learn. That's what they want the players to do. That's what they want them to experience. And you got guys out here on the football field getting new experiences. First touchdown pass ever for Davis Beville. We've got a stage, and the world is watching.
Peyton Thorne coming back the other way for the Spartans. Comes underneath, the pass complete to his tight end, Connor Hayward, who's back in his home state, a homecoming for him. It's Cameron's little brother. Cameron Hayward, of course, plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who Pitt share a practice facility with.
Yes. I've been hit by Cameron Hayward way too many times in my career. Love the guy, great player. He's a great teammate from all the guys that I know that have been there with him. But they got to get his brother the ball a little bit more.
Oh boy, Thorne in trouble, sacked by Tyler Bentley. And they're going to lose a bunch on that play. Setting up third down, the clock running with 38 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, Peyton Thorne came through, had the interception on the last drive, and right now this Pitt Panther defensive line is getting after the quarterback, and that's what they do, guys. They are 6th in the country in sack percentage. So Michigan State has to maybe move the pocket a little bit, maybe chip some guys to help this offensive line with this twitchy defensive line.
Pittsburgh's front has been either 1 or 2 in sacks all season long. That was their 52nd of the season. 3rd and long. Spartans going to play it conservative here. Collins stopped at the line of scrimmage pretty much, and that's going to be the end of the second quarter. Patrician in on the stop, and the Panthers seizing some of that momentum going into the locker room. Pat Narduzzi said that his team was all in. There's a look at Patty. Started the game, now injured. Kenny Pickett with a headset on, watching from up top. But Pittsburgh, despite everything, a lead at halftime.
Welcome to the College Football Playoff Semifinals, Friday on ESPN.
Back in Atlanta, this is the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. The ACC, Pittsburgh against the Big Ten's Michigan State Spartans. And under the circumstances, a surprising 14-10 lead for the Panthers at the break. Their team credo, Robert, we, not me. And some difficult circumstances.
And it's always been about the next man up. So QB1 Kenny Pickett is giving it everything he's got when it comes to the emotion. Nick Patty gave everything he had physically until he couldn't. And now you got Davis Beville out there throwing touchdowns, making memories, giving it all he has and trying to lead his team to victory.
Look at the numbers there for Michigan State without Kenneth Walker, one of the nation's leading rushers. Just 4 rushers have totaled 39 yards so far. That's going to have to pick up. They're doing it by committee. And Robert, as we get started here in the third quarter, Michigan State's going to get the football. What do they have to do to get their offense cranked up a little bit?
It's we, not me for them as well. That might not be their team credo or their team motto, but Michigan State has had some untimely penalties, some untimely turnovers, right? The 1 turnover in the game with the interception, and they've got to win the battle in the trenches. This is a Big Ten football team. They take pride in winning at the line of scrimmage, and thus far today they haven't. This Pitt defensive line has been twitchy, slicing and dicing, getting into the backfield, not really giving Peyton Thorne an opportunity to process and go through his reads, and they've also not been able to run the ball effectively. So from that standpoint, Michigan State has to simply stop shooting itself in the foot.
And they'll take it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Quint, what did Coach Tucker have to say at the break?
Said this is not a scheme game. This is a game of fundamentals. This is a game of toughness. He compared it to spring football. He said there's nothing schematically that we do or that Pitt does that gives anyone the advantage. So this game comes down to not committing penalties, blocking, tackling, and just execution. He says this is one of the more simple football games that he has ever been involved with.
Well, he told us in our meetings earlier, Quint, great job on that the identity of this team, the thing that's made it special, they play hard, they don't quit, and they stick with their process. They'll have to do it here in the second half. Taking a shot on the first play, got a man deep, and it's incomplete at the 32. Naylor got in behind Woods, but couldn't hang on to it. It was underthrown, Robert, a touch.
Yeah, it was underthrown a touch. When we talked to offensive coordinator Jay Johnson throughout the week, he understood that there were going to be times when they had one-on-one matchups on the outside. And right here, Jalen Naylor, you got your hands on the ball, you got to make that catch. But Peyton Thorne, throw it out the back end, man, and everybody on the sideline is jumping because it's a touchdown.
Ends up as a 2nd and 10. Simmons in the backfield. The RPO incomplete, intended for Jaden Reed, and in a blink it's going to be 3rd and 10 coming up for Michigan State on this, their opening drive to the 3rd quarter.
Well, Jonesy, I have to say I like the plan.
Okay.
What do you do when you come out of halftime? You throw the ball to your 2 best players.
They're slinging it.
They're slinging it. Jaden Reed and Jalen Naylor. You throw it to those guys, but you didn't connect. So now here on 3rd and 10, big down and distance. Don't go away from those guys. I know that they like their matchup on the inside with Connor Hayward and Malik Carr, but at some point, you're going to have to put this game on Peyton Thorne's shoulders and say, lead us to victory, big boy.
Yeah, they threw 24 touchdowns during the season. Under pressure, stepping up, running and sacked. It came out! A scoop and score! Room service, Cam Bright. Happy New Year, Pitt!
Well, they tried to put it on Peyton Thorne's shoulders. And Pitt, those Pitt Panthers knocked it right out. Can't wait to show you this replay. Peyton Thorne's gonna get vertical. You see it right here, he's gonna get vertical, and then he gets hit, bing bong! Cam Bright picks it up, and he takes it to the house, or as my guy Jonesy says, room service! That is the last thing that the Michigan State Spartans wanted. Sparty's not happy. I know they're not. They're gonna get the ball back.
They're
taking a very telling drive.
The ball definitely was on the way out before he hit the turf.
Oh, yeah.
And Cam Bright cribbed it.
He didn't even think twice about that. Scoop and score, you already know.
That Pittsburgh defense, we talked about it a little bit earlier. They've been either number 1 or number 2 all year in terms of sacks. And that time they turned over Peyton Thorne for the touchdown. The 2 turnovers today have resulted in 14 Pittsburgh points. A lugubrious look etched across the countenance of that Michigan State fan. Doing the honors on the turnover, the scoop and score, and an education and elevation right there, Robert. Slam dunk. Looked like Jerome Lane.
Oh, Jerome Lane?
Coming down the paint.
Dominique Wilkins with the windmill on him.
Jerome Lane busting rims back in the day. Played at Pitt. Fair catch called at the 3. Boy, a shaky start for Peyton Thorne to the 3rd quarter. Well, the College Football Playoff Foundation, the largest sports organization supporting educators in America. ESPN proud to continue supporting the foundation and its Extra Yard for Teachers initiative, bringing college football together to show support for educators by recognizing the hard work, long hours, and dedication to their students. Thousands of teachers have been positively impacted by the joint effort. For more information about Extra Yard for Teachers, go to CFP Extra Yard. On behalf of all of us, thank you, teachers. A spirited run by Jordan Simmons. Well, when you talk about teachers, mentors, D'Antonio serving that role for not only Coach Narduzzi, but Mel Tucker as well, with the cross-pollination between the schools in Michigan State. He's a teacher to both those guys on the sidelines today. Thorne going to keep it himself. Runs it up to about the 38-yard line.
Is it me, or does it look like D'Antonio's aging backwards a little bit? You know, not coaching, not having that stress on you. It seems like he's doing really, really well. It's great to see him.
Doing the Benjamin Button thing, yeah, aging backwards.
Tom Brady out there? What's going on?
Blitz off the edge. He gets it out complete. That's the tight end, Connor Hayward. Ends up about 3 yards shy of the first down. Hallett making the tackle. Boy, Hallett ubiquitous. He is all over the field for that Pitt defense. Had that scoop and score, pardon me, the pick 6 in the ACC title game that we called. One of his 2 interceptions in that game. 3rd and 3. What do you like here in terms of the Spartans play calling, Robert?
I actually like that last play call, getting the ball to Connor Hayward, because I feel like he should be more of a threat for them if they're not going to take the shots down the field. But once again here, it's 3rd and 3. A run that would not surprise me here.
On the RPO downfield, incomplete, intended for Naylor. No flag on the play. Into the sideline. That not much room to work with there. Devonshire defending on the play, and they'll have to punt.
Oh yeah, right there I said a run wouldn't surprise me. So what they do? They faked the run and took a shot down the field. I would just like to see Peyton Thorne trust his receivers a little bit more down the field and stop throwing it to where only they can catch it and giving them an opportunity to actually run underneath it.
Okay.
Drop it in the bucket a little bit more like we showed in the broadcast earlier.
Connor Hayward on the fake, and he'll pick up the first down. So Mel Tucker goes into his playbook a little bit and ends up gambling for the first down. Connor Hayward put his hat down and got the requisite yardage.
You see it here. I talked about Connor Hayward. I thought he'd be much more of a factor in the game. And what do? Put him on special teams. Snap him the ball. Let him run it forward. Looking like his dad right there, Craig Ironhead Hayward, who's a Pitt man. You know, can't wait to hear Q tell that story about Connor Hayward and what he's been through over the last couple of years.
RPO again, pulls it out. The pass complete into the sidelines. That's Mosley. And Mosley about 3 yards shy of the first down. Quint, what about Hayward?
Well, 3 things for him today that are huge. This is his last collegiate game. He's playing in his home state, having grown up in Duluth, Georgia, and he's playing against his dad's alma mater, the Pitt Panthers. Craig Ironhead Hayward, who passed away in 2006, was one heck of a player, a legend. 5'11", 260 pounds. That guy left it all on the field. Google his runs. Go to YouTube. Watch what he did to people. That guy, what a competitor. In his senior year, he had almost 400 carries in 1 year. He played in the NFL for 11 years. Connor's older brother, Cam, as Robert mentioned earlier, was a defensive tackle for the Steelers, prompting Pitt to practice indoors this week.
Oh. Okay.
Well, gamesmanship.
I'll tell you, Craig Hayward, if you didn't bring a lot of heat, you were going to tackle him. On first down, Thorne on the move, out of the pocket, along the line of scrimmage, and that might be roughing the passer. Cansey was in the neighborhood. Patrician as well. And we have an injured player down in the field for the Panthers. Looked like Tyler Bentley.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a late hit on the quarterback. They always say when you're the quarterback, throw it away a step early instead of a step late. And Peyton Thorne did the right thing. He's going to get the flag for it.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense, 0. 15-yard pit, automatic first down.
What does that do when you throw it away a step early as opposed to a step late?
We always say throw it away a step early. That way, if they do hit you, you'll 100% get the flag, and you can honestly avoid the hit. That was one thing that you know, for myself, I struggled with in the NFL and in college.
Right.
Just get the ball out of your hands, throw it away, live for the next play. Peyton Thorne did that there, and now they're marching down the field in an important drive.
The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Stay cozy with a cup of chicken tortilla soup. Available for a limited time. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure. And Capital One. What's in your wallet?
This Peach Bowl game has been played at 4 different venues throughout this. Starting back at Grant Field, which is now Bobby Dodd Stadium. Historic, built in 1913. I tell you, you go in the cellar of that place, it's like an archaeological dig. Fulton County Stadium, where the Braves and Falcons played for many years. Hank Aaron made that venue famous with his home run. The Georgia Dome, 25 Peach Bowls played at the Georgia Dome. They also hosted 2 Super Bowls, the Olympics, and right now here, the roof is open at Mercedes-Benz.
The game continues to evolve, Quint, and nowhere to go. Back at the 30-yard line, Jordan Simmons stopped by Kamara. And Hayes also in on the play. Second down coming up. 2nd and 14. Spartans beneficiaries of that roughing the passer penalty a moment ago.
Yeah, and here in this situation on 2nd and 14, you just want to get half the yards back to give yourself a manageable 3rd down.
Simmons motions out of the backfield, and Thorne keeps it. Brought down after a 1-yard gain by Servassier Dennis. 2nd team All-ACC this past season. He had one of the 4 pick sixes that this Pitt defense has had this year. They have been impervious at times when they've needed it most. Very timely. 3rd and 13 coming up. Thorne looking over at the sidelines. See what the call is from Jay Johnson, their offensive coordinator.
Yes, and if Peyton Thorne gets one of these quarters looks again, he's got to find the one-on-one matchup on the outside. I'm not saying he's going to throw it there, but they have had those opportunities. They just haven't connected on it.
Naylor or Reed, both in the game. Comes over the middle, high, intended for Reed, and it's incomplete. 4th and long coming up. And they trail by 11 points with just under 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd.
I just have to think that the kicker and maybe Mel Tucker's confidence in him with these longer field goals coming off of his injury this year is dictating the play calling here on 4th and 13. I wouldn't be surprised if they just tried to throw one up to one of their guys. It looks like Pitt's going to play a very soft coverage, so I don't know if they're going to have an opportunity to throw one of those 50-50 balls.
Reed split to the top of your screen along with Mosley. They come back the other way. Up for grabs and incomplete in the end zone. Woods broke it up, and Pitt will take over on downs. They tried to hit Naylor. That was a 50-50 ball, and Pitt ended up winning that, Robert.
I said I wasn't sure if they would do it, but they ended up doing it. And right here, Jalen Naylor once again goes up, tries to catch the 50-50 ball, and just can't quite get it into his body. That is, look how close that is to being a touchdown. Nice job by A.J. Woods fighting through it. Jalen Naylor finds it and just can't pull it in, man.
That's tough to twist around and even have an opportunity the way he did, though, right?
And it's just another one of those throws where I look at Peyton Thorne and I say, Jalen Naylor won right there.
Okay.
You can throw him maybe 2 or 3 yards deeper into the end zone, and maybe he can actually go up and high point it or just run underneath it. For some reason, Peyton Thorne seems to be a little bit off right now.
And in comes Davis Bevel, the 3rd-string quarterback, just a couple of weeks ago. Pickett opted out. Patty was injured on the 2nd series. He's going to be sacked back at the 20-yard line by Jacob Slade.
Ooh, Jacob Slade that offensive lineman and got to the quarterback in a hurry. You see him right here. Just telling my guy to get out the way. Marcus Minor needs to major in pass blocking for sure.
8-yard loss. Back to the 20. Bevel hands it off to Davis. Vincent Davis patiently reading his blocks. And he makes it out to about the 32-yard line. Well, here's our Week 17 Monday Night Football matchup. The winner keeps their AFC playoff hopes alive with 1 week left, and the loser is eliminated. Browns Steelers, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN Deportes and the ESPN app. ESPN2 will have Monday Night Football with Peyton and Eli. Our coverage begins Monday Night Countdown, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. Bevel back to pass. Surveys, peruses, and finds Addison. Nope. Out to the 36. That's Jacques Louis. Jacques Louis from Fort Myers, and
looked like
the first down.
I think the ball might have came out, but I think he roughed it. He pulled that out there while he was already on the ground, though.
The rule on the field is the ball carrier was down prior to losing possession.
Jacques Louis makes the catch. Here's another look at it.
Oh,
he's down.
He was down, but when Noah Harvey goes to punch this, watch the ball move.
The ruling on the field is the ball carrier down prior to losing possession.
Hey, John Perry.
Michigan State made a clear recovery. The previous play is under further review.
John Perry, can you contribute here? And we're going to ask John to come in on the other side of this commercial break and adjudicate this for us. Back after this. And John Perry, our rules analyst, and get his shot and opinion on this. John, what do you make of it?
Well, I think it's a really great defensive play. When the strike does take place, to me, the ball leaves the tuck position and begins to slide down into the stomach. I liked it as a fumble with the defensive recovery based on the announcement.
The officials not overturning the call on the field, so it's 4th down and 1. Chris Dooley gets a propitious bounce all the way down to the 15-yard line. Very favorable. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans from there. A 47-yard punt overall. Mel Tucker's offense is going to try and get on track. You know, we had a great conversation with Coach Tucker talking about him being one of the few African-American coaches on the sidelines in a New Year's Six Bowl head coach. He is the only one, frankly, as blacks continue to be underrepresented on the sidelines as head coaches in college football relative to the number of black football players in Division I. He does say that he realizes everything he does is going to be under the microscope, and he feels that responsibility. And this is Collins picking up about 5, and he felt a tangible extra desire, Robert, to win football games. The desire to win. On top of everything else.
Yeah, desire and a need. And, you know, for the viewers at home, you think, well, you know, every coach has a desire to win, and there's high expectations for them, and there's a lot of pressure. But the added scrutiny that comes along with being an African-American coach is something that Mel Tucker feels every single day he has that head coach hat on.
Peyton Thorne down the middle of the field, incomplete, through the hands of Elijah Collins. And Quinn, he had some really insightful things to tell us, didn't he?
He did. You know, his background, he grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. He's 49 now. He played defensive back for Wisconsin. But as a kid, you know, his dad was a multi-sport athlete at Toledo, football and baseball. And as a kid, his dad made him watch the Doug Williams Super Bowl when Doug played for the Washington football team and was victorious in that Super Bowl. And his dad emphasized what a moment that was and what hope that represented. Well, Mel Tucker right now represents hope as well.
He talked about getting a text from a random high school coach that said, "Coach, thanks for giving me hope." As maybe the next one, that pass incomplete, pardon me, intended for Jaden Reed. Sets up 4th down and 5.
And yeah, you know, Quint just so eloquently stated that in Mark as well. Mel Tucker understands the position that he's in. He understands the people that are looking up to him, that hope, because our sport is so predominantly dominated by African-American athletes and minorities, but it's not represented that way in the coaching ranks. What a hit.
Boy, great coverage on that special teams unit on Jordan Addison. No chance to return that punt. Justin White making the hit. As we try to improve the numbers on the sidelines throughout college football of minority coaches that get head coaching football jobs. Back after this. Watching from the sideline and at home perhaps. Not sure where Kenneth Walker is watching this game from, but Pickett is here. We've shown him on your TV screens a couple of times. There he is wearing a headset. Threw over 40 touchdown passes this season, usurping the record that was once held by Dan Marino, the Hall of Famer. 6:40 to go in a lethargic scoring third quarter. Addison surrounded by bodies out to the 25 and a flag thrown at about the 34-yard line. Let's see what it's about. Noah Harvey made the tackle for the Spartans. Jordan Addison is here, the Biletnikoff Award winner. There's a great story about how fastidious he is when it comes to studying film. When he was told by coaches that he was a finalist for the Biletnikoff Award, he looked up, was told the news by one of his assistant coaches, said, "Oh, okay," and then went right back to his computer studying video.
Yeah,
didn't even move him.
Yeah, we talked about it before.
There is no foul for a low block. Second down.
We talked about it before with Jordan Addison. It's a byproduct of hard work.
Right.
When you work hard, you put in the foundation and do all the things you do in the offseason to get better. When the awards come and accolades come, you don't worry about it. You just keep working, keep working. But I think today we are seeing just how much Jordan Addison was amplified by having Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, great point. On the run, this is Vincent Davis, stopped up near the line of scrimmage by Noah Harvey. Might have gotten a yard on the play. Addison has a great name, image, and likeness deal too, Robert, which provides kids with opportunities to inspire them and give them hope, gives them free access to games, cultural events, and the arts. He does so much off the field too.
Yeah, he's not just a player who's out there, collecting accolades on the field. He's a guy that's paying it forward off the field, and that's what you want to see out of your best players.
Bevel engulfed back at the 22-yard line. And another sack for that Spartan defense. Drew Beasley doing the honors that time for Michigan State. Clock running with 5:37 to go in the third quarter. And the defense is really asserting themselves. Robert, I want to ask you, is it great defense we're seeing right now or just impotent offense?
Okay, I don't know. I don't care who the quarterback is. If you drop back to pass and at the top of your hitch, you hitch forward and Drew Beasley's right there in your face because he just annihilated an offensive lineman, it doesn't matter. So this is great defense by Michigan State. And back to the comment I made about Jordan Addison. Right. He's a great player, Biletnikoff Award winner. But when you don't have a quarterback that's familiar with you or has the talent of a Kenny Pickett, it can also make your production go downhill. And I say that, and I believe he's probably got close to 100 yards receiving today. But when you have a great quarterback like a Kenny Pickett, like Nick Patty was playing, it only makes Addison better. They have to find a way to get him the rock if they want to continue to win this game.
Back to the action, 1st and 10 for Peyton Thorne. Comes underneath. Nice catch by Jalen Naylor. And brought down close to that sideline. Naylor out of Palmdale, California, 6-foot junior. How big is he in their big picture offensively to have him back and make an impact today?
Well, they call him Speedy for a reason. And every offense needs that guy that takes off the top of the defense that can hit those deep shots. Now, they've taken him today, they just haven't quite connected.
Thorne's going to hand it off this time to Jordan Simmons. Chopped down by Servassier Dennis. Led the team with 81 tackles during the regular season. Second team All-ACC. Had that big pick 6 earlier this year. And this is where that Pitt defense can come at you a little bit on 3rd and 5.
Yeah.
That front 4.
They got that front 4. They have their blitz packages that they put in, bringing different guys from different angles, trying to keep the offense off balance and make the quarterback's clock go off fast so he throws the ball before he's ready.
They tried to run the tight end screen, took Malik Carr, and it's incomplete. Second time they've run that play tonight. First time it worked, that time it didn't. And on 4th and 5, you see Peyton Thorne looking over at the sidelines, and the offense going to stay on the field.
Mel Tucker is confident in his guys on 4th and 5. He's going to go for it. That last play didn't work for multiple reasons. Malik Carr dropped it, and Eric Hallett, even if he caught it, was all over that one.
They're 1 for 2 on 4th down tonight. And they convert, and a big hit at midfield. But Naylor, who got nailed, says, move those chains. Brandon Hill, I felt you just a little bit.
Brandon Hill tried to put the nail in that coffin, didn't he?
He did.
I always love it when I see the speed receivers, right? This guy's nickname is Speedy, but he catches the ball in traffic. That's finger looking good.
And Thorne sacked back at the 38-yard line by Bam Brema. And another sack for that Pitt defense. I mentioned that they were either 1 or 2 for most of the season.
Well, for both of these teams, he's up here. He gets past the chip, past Connor Hayward, who's looking to catch the ball, and gets to the quarterback before he can get rid of it.
Boy, great effort. 53 sacks, second in FBS. Oklahoma State leading the way. Those two are 1 and 2 all year. It's 2nd and 20. Thorne over the middle, overshoots his receiver. Incomplete. That was Connor Hayward. And it's 3rd down and Buckhead to go.
Yeah, he had Connor Hayward down the seam. Defender underneath made him have to lift the throw. And in that situation, you got to progress. Peyton Thorne still, young quarterback, sophomore. He's still working through his reads and working through how to make those types of throws. And he's getting a crash course right now against a very stingy defense.
Tipping point for Thorne this year was against that Michigan. Got that slow start, but rebounded for the win. They set up the screen successfully, but a great tackle on Joyner by Brandon Hill. Boy, Brandon Hill has been a real big presence for Pitt defensively today. And there he is grabbing his hamstring. After being in on that last tackle, it's 4th and long coming up for Michigan State. I would assume that they're going to go for it again like they did last time. Although last time it was only 4th and 5, Robert. So as they tend to Brandon Hill, we're going to take a short break and come right back. Sums up the mood, Robert, right, for Michigan State. A sorrowful look on that face.
Yeah, he's like, man, what the heck? I don't know what is going on right now. We got to get Zeke the dog out there or something. Zeke the wonder dog. Maybe he can catch something. Maybe he can get something going for us.
4th down and 12 coming up. And they're stretching out that hamstring of Brandon Hill. Athletic training staff tending to him. And boy, I don't think we've said Randy Bates' name enough here tonight, Robert. The defensive coordinator for Pitt has a great game plan scheme and execution that's been followed through on.
Yes, it has. And he got caught early, right, with a touchdown. They've caught him off guard by running quick, but then he got to his guys. They're beating Michigan State to the punch. You see the dunk there. You see the fumble recovery where Cam Bright turns up the lights and gets to the end zone. And then with the windmill, like your guy, Dominique Wilkins. They're having fun out there. They're flying around. Michigan State's got to find a way to get Uncle Mo on their side in a hurry.
Bryce Behringer averaging over 48 yards per punt on the season. Nose of the football down. Addison back for this punt at his own 9-yard line, and he calls for the fair catch right around there. 44-yard effort. Davis Bevell. If you had Davis Bevell starting the second half or even the second quarter for Pitt when this day began, you knew something that nobody else knew. Yeah, if that's the case, I want to take you to Las Vegas and play some of those games of chance. You know what I'm saying? 8 of 11. He's been a very good game manager.
Yeah.
Right?
He's managing the game, doing what they're asking him to do. They got a 11-point lead right now.
That's Nick Patty on the sidelines, his arm in a sling. Bevel is connected on his last 5 passes. They run the double reverse. Addison got the ball in his hands and some real estate ahead of him. Great cut, lacerating that defense and tiptoeing out of bounds at the 37-yard line. What about that call by Nick Salem?
Oh, yeah. Listen, your best player, get him the ball, however it may be, reverse, anything. And you talk about Jordan Addison, who's going to be throwing to him next year, right? Nick Patty had a chance to come out here and showcase what he can do. He did for a couple drives, got hurt. You got Keaton Slovis coming in through the portal. It was a showcase game for Patty. Now it's become a showcase game for Davis Bevel.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen in the future for Pitt, but right now they're winning this game, and I know they couldn't be any happier about that.
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Well, it's interesting in speaking with the coaches, we got a different vibe from Pat Narduzzi of Pitt in how much he perhaps embraces the portal as compared to Mel Tucker, who used the portal very efficiently and very effectively to go from 2 wins to 10 wins this year.
Yes, and he's going to go from a guy in Kenny Pickett, who's going to be one of the top picks in the draft, possibly the first quarterback, to another guy in Keaton Slovis, who many thought 2 years ago had potential to be the top pick in the draft. With the way that he played as a freshman at USC.
Rodney Hammond Jr. brought down on the play. There's a look at Pickett if you're just joining us. Pickett opting out of this game to pursue his NFL ambitions. Nick Patty got the start in his place. The two of them have a great relationship, a great friendship. Full support from Pickett for Patty. But Patty lasted 2 series, and now his backup, Bevel, is going to be sacked back at about the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and long. Barrow and Penachuk. Well, our next NHL on ESPN matchup has the Wild in Boston playing the back end of a 2-game road trip against the Bruins. And our featured ESPN Plus matchup is another Pennsylvania battle between the rival Pens and Flyers. Our coverage of both starts at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, and they're available on the ESPN app. One tap. Bobby Clark, Dave Schultz, Don Selesky, none of those guys will be showing up for the Flyers, but it'll be a great game nonetheless. Hammond on the cut, getting to the edge, and brought down short of the first down, so it'll be 4th down coming up. As time winds down on this 3rd quarter, Robert Griffin, we've got 45 minutes in the books. 4 to the sky.
4th quarters are going. Got to see if it's going to go round and round in circles, or if one guy or one team's going to come out on top.
This is the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl from Atlanta. Michigan State taking on Pitt. Hey, Robert, tell me about this lineup deal here, man.
Oh,
Talk to me.
Everybody can get that fresh cut.
All right.
If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. I don't know if they're paying these guys quite yet, but they having a lot of fun, whether it's a mullet. He got the braids, my man, trying to look at his beard. I think he missed a couple spots.
Right.
But look at the lines. Look at those lines right there. My guy is fresh.
Yeah, you know, I'm the guy that just goes to the barbershop and talks sometimes, not get a cut.
Conversation.
You know, that agitator, you know. The agitator. Christodoulou punting and, boy, spotting it out of bounds. Good effort from him right around the 25-yard line or so. And Michigan State, with their offense stuck in neutral for the last couple of quarters. Peyton Thorne at quarterback, who's thrown for close to 3,000 yards on the season, hasn't been able to spark them yet, which is a little bit surprising, Robert, in light of the fact that he got back one of his main weapons this week in Jalen Naylor to help mitigate some of the circumstances of the absence of Kenneth Walker. Gets it out quick, complete over the middle. First down at the 45 to Trey Mosley. A 15-yard pickup.
I agree with you, Jonesy, on the the apparent struggles by Peyton Thorne with Jalen Naylor being back, but I think it all stems from the fact that they're not being able to own the line of scrimmage right now.
Okay.
You know, the greatest coaches that I've ever been with have always talked about you have to win in the trenches. That's where it all starts, and then everything else trickles down from there. As they play better up front, he'll start playing better on the back end.
Reed in motion. They hit him into the boundary, but nowhere to go. Pushed out of bounds for about a 2-yard gain.
You know, you talk about the great coaches.
Yes.
You can't go without mentioning the legendary
man
and the late John Madden. His impact on football, how we see the game, how he broke things down so simply for people in the broadcast booth to learn the game of football. Forever indebted to that man.
Reed with the first down. And it's funny how a lot of today's generation college players with the video game named after him, and even NFL players, they don't know about what a wonderfully innovative coach he was back in the day as well. You know, they know him as the video game name.
Exactly. He's touched many, many generations of football fans. We're all forever in his debt.
Going over the middle, complete. That's Naylor for another first down. Some of us know John Madden is the guy that coined the phrase turducken. It was the combination of turkey and duck, I think it was. Right, Q?
I think Coach Madden taught football to more Americans than any human. The language, the nuances, the subtleties, and he made it fun. He changed the game for so many viewers.
They pick up about 6 on the screen to Jordan Simmons, and Spartans offense getting a little bit of rhythm on this drive so far, Robert.
Yeah, Michigan State is, and you know, they're mixing up a little bit with the run pass, throwing a couple screens. Peyton Thorne's made some big time throws, right? He hears what we're saying up here in the booth. He's got to play better, and he's doing that. And you know, one of John Madden, one of his favorite things he used to always say is boom, right?
Right.
Wide receiver comes out of the break, turns back, there's the ball, boom, hits him in the numbers. And it's just, those are the nostalgic type things that you just remember about John Madden.
Changed the mold of it all. Thorne down the middle of the field into the end zone, and incomplete for Naylor, missing by inches.
This has been the name of the game all day for Michigan State. They've put together beautiful drives, mixing up run, pass, screen, doing these things, driving down into the red zone, and then it's just a drop here, a missed throw there, ball placement here, just not maximizing on their opportunities down the field, and that's a killer to your offense.
3rd and 5. They're going to run it, and nowhere to go that time for Jordan Simmons. Brought down by Servassier Dennis. And 4th down coming up. Interesting decision being made here.
I mean, they're going to go for it. I believe they had no intention of kicking a field goal here anyway, and that's why they ran the ball on 3rd down, trying to get at least to a manageable 4th down to where they could have a run pass option. So now they're here at 4th down. They're down by 11 here.
4th and 6 is no duck walk.
It's not a duck walk, but you got ballers out there. Get them the ball.
Complete to his tight end, Connor Hayward, still on his feet, and stepped out of bounds on the far sideline there. They're going to spot it at the 17. More than enough for the first down. He picked up 8. Tell me about the play calling thought process now if you're the Spartans in the red zone, Robert.
Yeah, at the red zone, if you remember earlier in the game, they went to number 6, Malik Carr, on a jump ball.
Okay.
I love that matchup. I love any matchup that they have with number 11, Connor Hayward, because he's going to be a mismatch against safeties and linebackers. And then if you're going to throw it to your best players, Reed and Naylor, hit them.
Little pressure off the edge. They hit the out pattern complete at about the 12-yard line. That's Jaden Reed. Let's go back to that last play. Is he really out of bounds?
Yeah, you see right here, it doesn't look like he stepped out of bounds at all, right? Right there. That's in.
He didn't hit the white.
That's in. And he had the wherewithal to know, hey, I didn't step out of bounds. I could keep going. I think the refs might have John, what do you think here?
Not much to think. He's in. You know, it's a mistake, but once that whistle blows and blow dead, there's nothing they can change in that play.
Oh man, Sparty's mad about that one.
Yeah, big time.
He might have ran that one all the way into the end zone. He's a tough tackle.
2nd and 4. Thorne going to take off on his own and took a hit at about the 5-yard line. Brought down by Baldonado. Picked up 6 on the play. 1st and goal. Boy, it almost feels like the Spartans are down a little bit more than they actually are, and that's Cansey slow to get up for Pitt.
Pray Elijah Cansey is okay, but
yeah, first team all conference this year out of Miami Northwestern High School.
Years ago, the 1969 Peach Bowl on a rain-soaked Grant Field. Eddie Williams, the fullback from Sandusky, Ohio, playing for West Virginia, the offensive MVP. 208 yards and a win over South Carolina, 14-3. The Mountaineers would win that game. Offensive coordinator Bobby Bowden, that's right, offensive coordinator Bobby Bowden switches to the wishbone, and Eddie Williams runs wild.
Wow. Great history drop there, Q. 1st and goal for the Spartans, and we got a little motion on that offensive line. Looked like it was right guard on the interior.
Oh. Malik Carr?
I'm still getting over that Bobby Bowden name drop by Q there. That was a nice little bit of history.
Q's out here dropping facts on us.
False start. Offense number 6. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
It's going to go against Malik Carr.
Yeah, Pitt's defensive line got him with the old okey doke, right? The little shift right before the ball's about to get snapped. Try to draw the offensive line offside or to get him to have a false start, and they got Malik Carr with that one.
Well, speaking of Malik Carr, you said he would be a favorite target or a good target down here. Yeah, I mean, Robert, he's 6'5", 245. He's going to sit this play out.
Well, I think Mel Tucker's kind of looking at it like, well, you just hurt the team, so we're going to put you on ice for one play, let you regroup, because we're going to need you, big fella.
1st and goal back at the 10. They're going to run it between the tackles. Nowhere to go this time for Jordan Simmons. Elijah Cansey, mentioned his name a moment ago. Out of one of the esteemed programs down in Miami, Miami Northwestern High School. Yeah, you and I'll be down in Miami tomorrow doing that Orange Bowl game for ESPN Radio. Going to be fun. The Capital One Orange Bowl.
That's going to be a lot of fun for sure. Elijah Cansey is having a lot of fun right now. Did you just see him running back about 15 yards back? I mean, come on. That's defensive football like you've never seen it.
2nd and goal for Michigan State. And he's going to be sacked back at the 15. Baldonado was one of the first ones to get there along with Devin Danielson. And it's 3rd and goal. Boy, Peyton Thorne going the wrong way here. That's the 3rd sack for the defense today for Pitt.
Yes, it is. And watch my guy right here from Italy, Habakkuk Baldonado, getting around the edge, helps in there to get the sack. Oh, man. He's trying to show him how they make that Sicilian pizza.
There we go. 3rd down and goal coming up. Thorne down the middle. Caught. Touchdown. What a grab. Connor Hayward went high.
Oh, Michigan State needed that one, didn't they? And who'd they call on? They called on the hybrid himself, Connor Hayward. What a grab.
The former running back showing off his handiwork there. And the Spartans are contemplating going for 2 now to make it a field goal game as opposed to a 4-point game with 8:06 to go.
Oh, I can't wait to. Here's the replay of that last one. Peyton Thorne, listen, man, they've been getting on you all day, but way to drop it on a dime to Connor Hayward over the top. And look at the big fella get up and go snag that thing. Woo-wee.
Well, tell you what, his late father, Craig Ironheart Hayward, you know, one of my friends hit me, said that he probably went about 270 in the pros. Well, Connor right there went high. He's listed at 230, but I don't know, Robert, that might be a little bit on the light side. But despite that, showed great bounce and contorted his body to make a wonderful catch there in the end zone. Worthy of a nickname himself.
Yes, he is worthy of a nickname. And listen, I watched some of the stories about Ironhead, and Ironhead was at over 300 pounds at some times. But let's run that back, run that replay back one more time so we can see that catch. Everybody needs to see that one more time because it was just that. It was that beautiful, right? Watch.
There you go.
He goes up. He's going to go up right here, and boom.
Come on now.
That's a touchdown. Oh, man, that's just beautiful. You love it when big men get up and start making plays.
That's the 26th touchdown pass of the season for Peyton Thorne. And the Spartans are off the resuscitator. They are back and looking for the 2-point conversion here. Reed split to the top of your screen. He's their leading receiver. And they moved a little early.
Oh, yeah.
Flags down. They blew it dead. No play.
Oh, man. A wasted play.
Wow. And they end up showing their hand a little bit, too, if it's against Michigan State.
Before the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty.
If you're the Spartans, you hate to see that.
You know, normally motion and movement causes communication on the defense's part.
Okay.
But right there, it seemed to confuse the offense there, and they false started. And then they end up wasting a good play. That was a good play right there. That would have been a walk-in touchdown. Or should I say 2-point conversion?
Yes. 8:06 to go. See how the play call changes here. They come out in a trips right formation. Hayward, the inside receiver.
Yeah, one-on-one down here.
That's Naylor. Looks that way underneath Hayward, and he's not going to make it into the end zone. Shut down by Patrician. So Pitt's defense holds on the 2-point conversion. It's a 5-point football game with plenty of time remaining when we come back to the A.
Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Stay cozy with a cup of chicken tortilla soup. Available for limited time. Allstate. Save money like a champion with Allstate. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure. And the proven formula of Gatorade. Greatness starts with G.
Players from both teams have had a great time down here. Team Christmas dinners, basketball challenges, go-kart outings, hospital visits, the College Football Hall of Fame tours, a little quiz show game, and the winning team, the Spartans, got the belt. They won that competition. We saw the team barbershops, parade, team walks. Just a fantastic time. Did you guys have any kind of competitions in your bowl game?
Yeah, we did. We had the
tug of war. What was it?
No, we had a dance off. You know.
Oh.
It was on stage. I kind of felt like we were in Stomp the Yard.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like my set versus your set.
What'd you hit him with?
I ain't hit him with nothing. But my starting running back, Glasgow Martin and Jared Salubi, hey, they brought it home for us.
This is going to be Vincent Davis. And he's going to be corralled at about the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 for Davis Bevel from there.
Yeah, when you look at this, a turning point in the game, we had the big play-action completion from Peyton Thorne all the way down the field to one-handed Jalen Naylor. And then right there, you're thinking, okay, they're gonna definitely get some points here, at least 3, maybe 6. They're pushing towards the goal line, and then they have a botch. They have a false start. They get sacked. They miss the field goal. They're leaving points on the board. That was 3 there. They went for 2 here on the last possession. Didn't get that. If they got all of those, that's 5 points. That's the difference in the game. And every point matters in these big-time games like this.
This is Vincent Davis, going to be brought down for a loss of 1 on the play by Angelo Gross. I'm thinking now, Robert, about all the different creative ways that Pitt can get Jordan Addison the football, whether it's a trick play, double reverse, you know, a receiver screen, something simple or not.
Yeah, whatever you got to do, Turbo. That's the offensive coordinator for Pitt. Find a way to get the ball in Jordan Addison's hands. He is your best player. Make it happen.
They set up a screen to the tight end, Bartholomew, leaping into the air, and it looks like he's going to pick up enough for the first down. No, they're going to bring it back about a yard shy of that estimation line that we have on your screen. They set up a 3rd down and short coming up.
They really like Gavin Bartholomew for the future. You know, freshman tight end, big fella, 6'4", 260. You saw the athleticism right there.
Yep.
Anytime you see these tight ends start hurdling, I just think of Mark Andrews for the Baltimore Ravens. He used to do it all the time, sometimes to a fault. But if they can get up and get jiggy with it like that, why not?
3rd and short. Boy, they line up in the I. When was the last time you saw an I formation? Fullback in ball game. To the wide side of the field, the toss. It's a foot race, and Davis won't win it. Gross did. He's brought down behind the 30. So it's going to be 4th and about 3 to go. If you're Pitt, I think you got to kick the ball here, right?
If you're Pitt, you punt this right away. Your defense is playing well. Yes, Michigan State did just go down and score on you, but your defense has been playing well the entire day. Trust them. Punt the ball away. The interesting thing there for Vincent Davis was I don't think he was actually down. I think he was actually right. He landed on top of the defender.
Okay.
And still got smashed.
We've seen one of those plays this year in a game that we did.
It turned out a little bit better for him, though.
Yes, it did. He kept going for a touchdown. This is the 8th punt of the night for Chris Doolittle. He needs a big one here. A high spiral. And a fair catch called at the 29 by Reed. We talked about one of the unique plays that we saw earlier this year. It was similar to this. Oh, his knee touched. His right knee looked like it touched. He sold it pretty well.
He did. Academy Award.
Officials weren't buying. Back after this. NT counting down to the College Football Playoff National Championship. Tomorrow night at the Capital One Orange Bowl, Michigan and Georgia. A couple of very good defensive football teams.
Good?
Okay.
They're great.
Impervious would be the name.
This man reads the dictionary at night. Impervious. These defenses are menacing, dominating. Up front, they really bend you to their will. And then on the offensive side of the ball, they want to run the ball down your throat. This is going to be a great matchup because both of these teams play almost identical football.
Take the under. 2nd and 8. Hayward brought down after a gain of about 1 by MJ Devonshire. 3rd down coming up in a blink for Michigan State. Trailing by 5 with just under 5 minutes to go. Michigan State has never lost to Pitt in 7 prior meetings. Got to get to the 39 for the first down. And they get it done. Mr. Clutch, Jaden Reed, their leading receiver on the season, the Western Michigan transfer, who just loves to practice, loves to put in the work. And getting up slowly, he was on a pitch count in practice, trying to get well, and comes up hobbling here. And he's going to go to the sideline.
Please reset the game clock to 4:26. 4:26.
Five catches, 57 yards.
Yeah, you see on the 10 targets, because Jaden Reed and Jalen Naylor have been matched up one-on-one on the outside most of the game, and a lot of their catches down the field have been contested, and they're coming up with about 50% of those. They need to hike that up to about 70%.
Thorne in the pocket delivers a strike. Let's see where they spot this. Keon Coleman. Boy, I didn't think they got a very favorable spot, but it's a first down nonetheless. at the 46-yard line. Coleman picks up 11. His momentum took him back. 4:06 to go. First down and 10, Spartans. Another defining moment for Peyton Thorne at quarterback here. Without his leading rusher, Kenneth Walker. And the RPO almost overthrew it into an interception. Broken up nicely by Hallett. It was intended for Mosley. It'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, it's a nice read there by Peyton Thorne. But Eric Hallett has inside leverage, and Trey Mosley noticed that, so he was able to beat him to the ball. If you're Trey Mosley, you got to try harder to cross face on Eric Hallett and protect the ball so it's not an interception.
Okay.
Now, what I am seeing from this quarter's look is that if they were to do a play action post with the basic to take the safety down, they will have a shot over the top. It's just a matter of having time to throw it.
Naylor at the top of your screen comes over the middle behind his receiver badly. Intended for Naylor. And incomplete. It's third down and 10.
Now, you saw the previous play that Peyton Thorne threw the ball too far inside for Trey Mosley.
Yes.
This time he threw the ball behind Jalen Naylor because he was trying to keep him away from the safety. But at the end of the day, as a quarterback, put it between his numbers. Make him catch it, make them hit him. These guys are paid to catch the football.
Over the middle, caught. That's the big tight end, Malik Carr. Let's see where they spot this. Looks like he's got enough for the first down. And according to that line, he's got it. And they move the chains just outside the 35-yard line. Mel Tucker sitting there with 3 timeouts remaining. Reed split to the bottom of your screen. Working against Woods. Naylor out top. Little flea flicker action. Taking a shot and nobody home. He overshoots his receiver. It's intended for Mosley.
See, this Pitt defensive line, a lot of teams play the run by trying to stack blocks and shed. They want to penetrate, so they honestly play the run. They play the run on the way to the quarterback as they're playing the pass.
Okay.
So with this flea flicker, they're not just sitting at the line of scrimmage waiting. Peyton Thorne doesn't even have enough time to set his feet to throw a flea flicker, let alone give a receiver a catchable ball.
Second and 10. Thorne down the sideline, incomplete. No flag. Looked like Naylor was out of bounds anyway. MJ Devonshire with good coverage. 3rd and 10 coming up. An incensed head coach Mel Tucker there on the sideline. And here's why.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Naylor did slap him in the face, but then he steps out of bounds, and MJ Devonshire is right there. Listen, they're getting handsy, but the refs are letting them know, we're going to let you play through it. Yeah. They've been doing it all day.
Jalen Naylor was all about talk to the hand on that one. Yeah. Little angst written on those faces. It says bowl season, doesn't it? 3rd and 10. The fans are back in the building. The bands are back in the building. Something we all missed a year ago at this time. 3:05 to go. And coach on the run.
Yeah, you see Coach Tucker. He's like, what are you doing? Throw the flag. Come on, man.
Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. As the clock winds down here in the 4th quarter, a little over 3 minutes to go. 3rd down and 10 for Michigan State. Thorne throws a dart complete to the 22-yard line. Jalen Naylor. 1st down and 10.
It's gut check time. You just know. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, and this is a big moment. Jalen Naylor gets open. Peyton Thorne delivers a strike.
Split into the boundary this time. Goes deep. The other side of the field. Caught. Touchdown, Reed! But there's a flag down. He rocked the baby to sleep and made the catch.
Oh, Jaden Reed climbs the ladder, goes and gets the 50-50 ball.
Pass interference. Defense number 12. Penalties decline. Ruling on the field. Touchdown.
And there you go, Sparty. Not only do you get the touchdown, you get your pass interference call as well. Right here, Jaden Reed. Oh, my Lord. Look at him playing bigger than what his measurables say at 6 foot, 185. He climbed that ladder like the best of them, out there trying to be fancy like Applebee's.
Reed with his second touchdown catch of the day. It looks like they're going to go for 2 here.
Going for 2 makes it a 3-point game.
Yep.
Means that they can't be beat by a field goal attempt.
Boy, what a call by offensive coordinator Jay Johnson. Reed with the second touchdown catch of the game. They go trips right. Thorne over the middle, caught, and they get it. Naylor with another catch. And it's a field goal game with 2:51 to play. A clutch drive by Peyton Thorne. And Reed is all you need if you're the Spartans right now.
Look at this, man. He just goes up. Him and MJ Devonshire have been battling all day, and he rocks the baby, letting them know
so you're too little.
Can't cover me. He told that man to get to stepping. Oh, man, I know Sparty's alive and well now. You can hear him in the stadium. I think I can hear him at home right now. They're celebrating.
Oh, he showed it to him and rocked the baby to sleep, man. Big time play by Jaden Reed, who's been doing that all season long, much to the disbelief of the fans here supporting Pitt. The Western Michigan transfer. Talked just a moment ago about how fastidious he is in film study and putting in the requisite work in practice and after practice. You see some of the disappointment there from John Morgan. Still 2:51 to go. We have an injured player on the field for Pitt. It's Baldonado. But what a clutch drive by Peyton Thorne, reminiscent of how he's bounced back a couple of times already this year in that Nebraska game and also against Michigan in that slow start. Well, it all comes down to this, folks. The college football playoff semifinals tomorrow on ESPN and ESPN's app. Number 1 Alabama taking on number 4 Cincinnati in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic at 3:30 Eastern. Then number 2 Michigan and number 3 Georgia in the Capital One Orange Bowl. The winners will play for the national championship, presented by AT&T, Monday, January 10th on ESPN.
I know a lot of people look forward to those games, but we got to show Peyton Thorne some love here. He's been resilient all day. He's been getting hit, battered, stitched up, stapled him to the ground, and what did he do? He got back up. His coach talked about how he wants to be the guy, how he wants to be the leader. And what does he do? In crunch time, when they need him the most, he takes him right down the field and throws a touchdown pass. He's got 29 completions today. That's a career high. 50 attempts. That's a career high. He's got 354 yards passing. That's a career high. Man, oh man, Peyton Thorne, you showed today that you're not just a guy. You can be the guy. And he's had a lot of fun having Jalen Naylor back. He made a bunch of big catches on that last drive to put them in position to score.
Fair catch called. They'll get 1st and 10 from the 35. Let's check out tonight's All-State celebration moment. And we go back to that reception a moment ago by Reed. With an education and elevation, jumped up high and made a big-time grab. And his quarterback, Peyton Thorne, the first one there to congratulate him.
Look at him on the sidelines now on the phone talking to the people upstairs. He's in a much better mood than he was earlier, and he deserves it. 354 yards passing. This guy came up and stepped up big when they needed him the most.
Davis Bevel's turn now. He hands it off to his tailback. That's Vincent Davis. Brought down shy of the 30-yard line, and Pitt has 2 timeouts remaining. That's going to be about a 2-yard gain on the play. Anashuk made the tackle. And we have an injured Pitt player on the field. That's starting right tackle Gabe Hoy. We're going to take a short break. and be back in 30 seconds. Great. Welcome back, everyone, to Atlanta with 2:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Hoy, the starting right tackle for Pitt, being helped off the field. So they'll have to make a couple of adjustments up front. Brenson Taylor, his backup. They already made some changes with Cradle out and Zubovic, and Gonzalez also one of the available tackles too. 2nd and 8. Bevel going to be sacked, engulfed back at the 19 by Panachuk, who got up slowly just a moment ago. That's the 5th sack today for the Spartans defense, and Pitt is going to burn one of its 2 remaining timeouts.
That is one thing that Sparty has done well all year on defense, and that is get after the quarterback. They had 38 sacks coming into this game, which was 12th in the nation. They know how to do it. And right now for Davis Bevel, you can't hold on to the ball. The number one thing that coaches tell you in these types of situations, 2-minute drill, trying to drive to go either win the game or get yourself in position to kick a field goal, you cannot take a sack. If you start to run and you know you're not a runner, throw it away. Live to fight for the next down, because now you're sitting here in 3rd and forever, and there's not very many 3rd and 15 plays out there.
Okay.
So in this situation, you know that they're going to have to go for it on 4th, so focus on trying to throw it short and get half of these yards back.
Addison, the slot receiver. And this time he finds somebody. That's his tailback, Vincent Davis, on the check down, and it's going to be 4th down coming up on that gain of 7. Kenny Pickett opted out. Nick Patty was injured on the 2nd offensive series of the ball game on a touchdown run. He's in a shoulder sling right now. He's in the middle of your screen. Right now is Davis Bezel's turn to keep Pitt alive. And Addison lunging with a last gasp effort after the catch to get the 1st down.
When you need a play on 4th down, who do you call? The Biletnikoff winner, Jordan Addison. Nice job by him catching the ball, getting the extension to get that 1st down. Let's see if Davis Bevel can lead these guys to a field goal or a touchdown.
Bevel going through his progressions, wide open. Addison at the 42. Wow, how do you leave him that wide open? Henderson made the tackle, but they're on the fringes now of field goal range after that 23-yard completion.
The number one thing defensive coordinator Scotty Hazelton said was Jordan Addison cannot beat us. And there, back-to-back plays, he catches the ball.
Empty formation. Bevel. And that's going to be ruled a catch at about the 34-yard line by Stovall. 1:13 to go.
Reminder, this is QB3. Davis Bevel for Pitt. He wasn't expected to do anything today, but maybe drink some water on the sidelines. And now he's trying to lead his team to victory.
They go empty again. Using a lot of time on the play clock and game clock. Bevel across the formation, a dangerous pass caught by Crow. And they keep it moving.
You know, sometimes there's gunslingers and then there's guys who are QB3 coming into the game and they don't give a shuck. They're going to throw it wherever they can. But what Davis Bevel has to do a better job of is not eating up so much time off the clock.
Over the middle, picked off into the arms of Halliday. And Halliday gonna have a New Year's holiday. Room service, ring it up, Sparty.
It must be a Merry Christmas, because that's one happy holiday right there. Big time play, just shut it down.
Cal Holiday is no stranger to that situation. He had a big pick six against Indiana earlier this year, and this one looks like it's going to seal the deal on the Spartans' 11th win of the season. Robert, he caught that thing in stride and took it back. He cribbed that thing 78 yards, leaving Pitt in tears. Robert, what happened here?
Yes, right here you're going to see Davis Bevell is trying to throw the ball to his best player, Jordan Addison. They've got two Mike linebackers mic'd up in the A-gaps right here, and he just never sees the guy, Cal Holiday, drop out when he's trying to throw this pass to Jordan Addison. It's a classic dipsy-do by the defense. Make him think you're blitzing, drop out, the quarterback forgets about you, and then Cal Holiday does the rest for himself. You know, our guy, John Madden, he said there's one yardstick for success our society has, and it's being a champion. No one remembers anything else. And the Spartans will now forever be remembered as Super Bowl champions.
They're going to recover that kick and have possession of the football and really put this game on ice. White hustling downfield to the disgust of Coach Narduzzi and got to the football.
The sea of green and white is excited right now. And as they say there, Spartans, what is your profession? Ah-ooh, ah-ooh, wow. Ah-ooh. They're excited right now, and they have every reason to be.
Folks, don't forget to tune in to the Ram Trucks postgame directly following the game on the ESPN app. A late game drive and rally choreographed by Peyton Thorne. The touchdown pass to Jaden Reed, and Michigan State will win its 11th game for just the 6th time in school history.
How rewarding of a moment is this for Peyton Thorne to come out and showcase his talents on the grand stage.
And now for tonight's Capital One rewarding performance. And Peyton Thorne put up some numbers tonight, Robert Griffin. Numbers that a Heisman Trophy quarterback would be proud of.
Oh, yes, he did. And it wasn't all pretty today, right? He had a couple touchdown passes down the field, 29 completions, 354 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Yeah, he had an interception, but he bounced back. Yes, he got sacked a lot, but he bounced back. Yes, he had a fumble, but he bounced back, and he showed true resilience. Peyton Thorne can be the guy for a long time.
Let's go downstairs. A scene of jubilation downstairs. Final score 31-21. Folks, don't forget the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl is coming up next. For Robert Griffin III, Quint Kesenick, and our entire crew behind the camera you never get a chance to see. Happy New Year, folks. I'm Mark Jones. Right now to Las Vegas for Wisconsin and Arizona State.